Iran badly wants to make a deal to end the conflict, though Iran state media reports they've rejected a U.S. proposal. A Trump Truth Social post early this morning, the president wrote they better get serious soon before it's too late. Now, the latest leader targeted by Israel is an Iranian Navy commander.
We understand the battle damage assessment is ongoing, but they believe that he was killed in this strike. It was a targeted strike based on U.S. and Israeli intelligence.
Fox's Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv.
The Iranians are continuing their ballistic missile attacks against Israel, launching 7 separate barrages since this morning. The Israelis are hunting down these launching positions. They still say that more than 150 of those launchers do remain.
There are polls showing Americans don't support the U.S. military action. In Iran, only 42% are in favor in a new Fox News survey. Nicolas Maduro, the captured Venezuelan leader now jailed in the U.S., goes back to federal court this morning, along with his wife. They're both facing drug and narco terror charges.
The judge could rule on a motion by Maduro's defense team to throw out the case on the grounds that his Sixth Amendment rights are being violated. Now, they argue that that's happening because the U.S. government is blocking the Venezuelan government from paying Maduro's legal fees.
Fox's Nate Foy outside the court in New York City. The Trump administration argues Maduro's not Venezuela's legitimate leader. Lines will probably be hours long again today. At some airports, TSA agents remain unpaid over a standoff in Homeland Security funding.
The TSA says U.S. air travelers are now experiencing some of the longest wait times in history. And when you dive into the numbers, it's no wonder. Since this began, nearly 500 TSA agents have simply thrown in the towel and quit.
That's Fox's Doug Luzader. They'll miss another paycheck tomorrow. America's listening to Fox News.
No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. We're heading for a high of 90. Could be a record breaker. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith following sports. That will be at 6:08. It is dark. It is 64 in Neosho, 68 in Pittsburgh, 68 in Galena, 68 in Joplin. AM 1310, FM 102.9, 105.9. And on your smart speaker, News Talk KZRG. Quite the scare, but no threat to students. The Quapaw Nation Marshal Service assured citizens in Quapaw that there was no safety threat to students after a threatening email to a staff member forced the district to put the high school on lockdown yesterday morning. Officials didn't release many details about the threat itself, but again say they've got it handled.
Well, the Webb City Senior Center is set to close permanently.
Their last day will be Friday, April 10th. The Area Agency on Aging Region 10 says they simply can't afford to keep it open with higher food prices and recent minimum wage increases. There is some good news, though. They say food deliveries will continue to those in Webb. They'll be prepared, though, out of the Joplin office, and they will still have offices open in Carthage, CJ, Neosho, and Lamar. I'm Cy Albright for News Talk KZRG.
Joplin City Manager Nick Edwards, Police Chief Richard Pearson, and Fire Chief Gerald Dezell appeared together on the KZRG Morning Newswatch yesterday to make a unified case for Proposition Police and Fire, a ballot measure that they say will strengthen public safety without raising taxes. The half-cent public safety sales tax would replace the existing Prop B pension sales tax once that obligation is fully met. Edwards told News Talk KZRG.
The exciting part for me is that if this is supported, the community is going to see a very visible and noticeable change in service because we're going to be able to add police officers, we're going to be able to add firefighters, we're going to be able to improve equipment and facilities and response times. It's a big investment into the future of the community.
68 604. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. News Talk KZRG.
Missouri's job market is still gaining ground, and new numbers now showing the state is even outperforming much of the country. Matt Pilger with more.
New federal data shows Missouri led the nation in job growth last year, adding more than 52,000 jobs statewide. The state's unemployment rate of 3.9% remains below the national average, with solid gains in healthcare, hospitality, and construction, according to the Missouri Chamber of Commerce. Matt Pilger, Missouri Net.
Well, they're taking the stairs at the Vernon County Courthouse in Nevada. Why? Well, because the elevator is out of order. Vernon County Clerk Adrian Lee telling News Talk KZRG.
If you cannot utilize the stairs, I am trying to get the frequently called numbers out, and we are utilizing our bailiffs downstairs, and we're requesting that you call ahead of time or tell the bailiff what your business is when you enter the courthouse, and they can contact someone from the office, and they can come down and help you.
Lee says it could take 2 to 3 weeks to get the elevator back up and running once again. Now with sports, here's Lucas Davis on News Talk KZRG.
In D2 baseball, Pitt State beat MSSU 12-6. Both teams combined for 7 home runs. PSU's Dagan Brewer and MSSU's Brayton Lucar each finished with 2. Prep baseball, Hollister beat Carl Junction 8-5. Neosho's hosting the Belladell Varsity Festival with Carthage, Webb City, and Nevada all taking part. Today's the day, Redbird fans. It's opening day. St. Louis is taking on Tampa Bay in the first of 3 at 3:15, and you can hear that game and every Cardinals game on our sister station, AM 1230, The Talker. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape. For professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin, choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. Lucas Davis, News Talk KZRG.
It's free at your app store. Download the Zimmer Storm Center app today. I'm Steve Scott.
And time, Ted Bojorquez.
Next news at 6:30. Breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Big cool down on the way today. Record heat 90 this afternoon. Scattered storms tonight, scattered storms tomorrow morning, 58 tomorrow. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
A service of Derailed Commodity Flooring and Furniture. With flooring for any budget, it's the perfect time to use your tax refund to invest in your home. See the pros at your local Derailed Commodity Flooring and Furniture store today.
Clean sweep this morning on the KZRG Storm Tracker radar. It's 64 in Neosho, 68 in Pittsburgh, 68 in Baxter Springs, 68 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time, 6:08.
If you're thinking about retiring soon, be sure to tune in to Watts on Wealth with Barry Watts of the Wealth Care Corporation. It's Sunday mornings at 6 right here. Listen as Barry Watts discusses the latest trends and headlines that would impact your retirement. Make sure you're well informed before you retire. Once again, join Barry Watts of the Wealth Care Corporation.
Good morning, everybody. Sarisa, happy Thursday to you.
Good morning, Sarisa.
How's everyone doing today? It's gonna be May.
Ted and I are wearing matching colored shirts today.
Yeah, Steve has a little nanny cam at my place, apparently. He's monitoring what I'm wearing at any given point in time. Hey, Kim, what's going on?
Howdy, Kim.
Good morning to you. Joe! What's shaking, Joe? How you doing, man? I hope you guys are doing well today. Yeah, any fun weekend plans? This Friday, I am going to go see Project Hail Mary, the new Ryan Gosling movie, which I'm not sure if I'm excited about yet. We'll see. We'll see how it is.
Yeah, according to a news story, he says it's the fault of the patrons not going to watch the movies at the theaters. It's causing the traffic to be down. It's not the quality of the movies. I saw a news story on that.
Say it again?
I saw a news story this morning where he was saying something to the
Who's
effect
he?
of Gossage, or whatever the star is of the show.
Gossage, yeah.
He said that the attendance at the movie theaters is because the people were not getting out to watch the movies. It's not the quality of the movies.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I'm a little nervous about it. We'll see. We'll see if it's good or not. I have not read the book, but apparently... it's based off a book. A good friend of mine told me that the book, the writing style, is a lot about the main character's like mental acuity and emotional handling of the situation, like the unbearable weight of being humanity's last chance. And so, with something like that, I feel like that would be really difficult to translate on screen. So we'll see how it goes. But looking forward to that.
Confidence isn't about changing your face. It's about loving who you see in the mirror. Book your consultation online at oasissalonanddayspa.com or call 417-206-9999.
Radio infotainment live from the Downstream Casino Resort Studio. You're listening to News Talk KZRG. Depend on it. From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
6:10.
That late already?
I know. Can you imagine? It's Ted Bojorquez.
It's Steve Scott.
68 in Joplin, 68 in Pittsburgh, 64 in Neosho, 70 in the Quapaw, Miami area. Boy, it is going to be a hot one today.
Oh, it's going to be really hot. How hot is it? It's going to be record-breaking hot. High today of 90 with
that game.
Sunshine and breezy.
Oh, okay. Well, we got a little breeze.
Ted's going to be talking a lot. Mostly clear tonight with a cold front coming through. And you're welcome. It's going to be breezy tonight. We do have a chance of some scattered showers and thunderstorms. The overnight low tonight around 50. Tomorrow, a chance of showers and thunderstorms. Breezy, actually mostly showers tomorrow. And cooler with the high in the upper 50s. And then tomorrow night, down into the mid-30s for the overnight low, but bouncing back on Saturday into the mid-60s. 77 on Sunday, so it's going to be cold, cooler, and cold for one day, and then back up to normal.
Yeah, no, it's
weird.
Actually,
a little bit above normal.
It's going to be a weird one today.
Yeah, we're going to be talking with KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith all about this at 7:25.
Yeah, she's going to be giving us the 411 on all things weather, as she always does. And by the way, another great way to follow along with all things weather is the Zimmer Storm Center app. It's totally free to download in the App Store, and it is awesome. Well, in some not-so-awesome news here for you, to get this Thursday morning kicked off, a man from Pryor, Oklahoma, was sentenced this week for involuntary manslaughter in Indian country. Now, this individual is 27-year-old Aaron Douglas Brixey, and he was sentenced to 6 years in prison, followed by 3 years of supervised release. Now, the question, of course, is why? What is it that he did? Well, back in February of 2025, just last year, there was a multi-car crash in which 2 cars were rear-ended by a silver car, and right after that happened, that silver car skirted, fled the scene instantly. Bam, hit him, then just dipped immediately. Then, directly after that, that same car rear-ended a 3rd car and caused it to roll off the road, eject the driver, and ultimately kill Matthew Gatewood.
Not good.
No, it's unbelievably awful. Now, the Oklahoma Highway Patrol troopers, they responded to the scene, and what ended up happening is that silver car crashed, of course. Now, when the the troopers showed up, they helped Brixey from the driver's seat of that silver car, the very car that caused all this crash. And court documents indicate that Brixey smelled of alcohol, was unsteady on his feet, and beer cans were clearly visible in the vehicle. So this was a case of drinking and driving, it would appear. Now, medical personnel attempted to treat Brixey, at which point he apparently became combative, and ultimately he was detained by Oklahoma State troopers and placed in a patrol unit where he, again, started yelling and banging his head against the window, trying to get away, I suppose.
Wow.
So, in any case, after Brixey's blood was obtained and they sent it off to the lab, they did a little toxicology report, and it came back, his blood alcohol was 0.171, which is more than twice the legal limit.
Not good at all.
No. Not only
good.
is he drinking and driving, but he's rear-ending people, and then his action, his choice, killed someone.
Yeah.
Someone that was just living their life. Someone that was just heading to or fro home, wherever it was they were going that day. They got in their car. They left their home for the last time that day and didn't even realize it because this person made a choice to get behind the wheel and drive while drunk. And now someone is dead.
Very sad that it happened. It's very sad that it caused the death of one person. It's very sad even the other ones might have been injured and had loss of property as well.
Right. I mean, it's incredibly frustrating for those people. Not only that, but according to the toxicology, this Brixey fellow, who this isn't even alleged, he was convicted and sentenced, so he did it. It's been found that he did it. He also had THC in his bloodstream as well.
Oh, a little wacky tobacco.
Little wacky tobacco. And the really frustrating part I mean, this whole thing sucks and is frustrating, but the really frustrating part in my mind is 45 days before the death of Matthew Gatewood, before this Brixie guy decided to get behind the wheel and drive while drunk, before he killed Matthew, 45 days before that happened, he was accused of driving while intoxicated, causing a different accident that hurt 2 other people.
Not good at all.
Right.
He needs to... Well,
he needs to be in jail.
He needs to be in jail and not drink while driving, and probably not even drink at all.
He shouldn't be driving. He's in my opinion, honestly, this guy's no longer allowed to drive.
Yeah.
Because I do think that alcoholism is an addiction. I don't know if this guy has that addiction or not, or if he's just making poor decisions. But it seems to me that this guy's not giving up alcohol anytime soon.
Right.
So guess what? He doesn't get to drive anymore.
No.
That's what I think it should be. Because the government can't say you're not allowed to purchase this product in the free market. What the government can do is deny you a driver's license. So I think that's what the government should do.
And or put a breathalyzer to get his car to start or not start.
But honestly, even those I don't really trust because your passenger can do it. Now, that being said, I do know that the breathalyzers, from my understanding, it's not just for when you start the car. That's part of it. But it's also randomly. I think some of them does random. So you'll be driving, you'll start the car, and then 10 minutes down the road, it'll make you blow into it again to make sure that somebody didn't blow into it, start it, and say, all right, bon voyage, have fun.
Yeah.
And then now you're drinking and driving. They do it at random intervals. I believe that's how it works. But
how do you know? Experience?
Well, listen, Steve, I had a life before I came here. No, of course not. I've never, ever, ever gotten behind the wheel drunk. I've never been arrested for that. I've never had a breathalyzer. I take it very seriously. So this is a real shame that this happened, but I'm glad to see that this guy got behind bars as a result. That's great.
Me too.
KZRG News Time 617. In other really hard to swallow news, I don't want to start this morning on such a downer, but this was a really big one that you do need to know about. And if you're sitting, stay sitting. If you're standing, go ahead and take a seat for this one.
Okay, I'll take a seat.
Go ahead and grab a seat there, Steve. Here it is. If you are going to the Vernon County Courthouse in Nevada, the elevator is not working.
That's right. It's not got its ups and downs now.
This one hit me hard. I called my mother after I read this one. I go, Mom, it happened finally after all these years.
There are some people that need elevators to be able to go to multiple floors.
I know. That's why it's so heartbreaking, Steve. Yeah.
And I don't know about this particular one, but a lot of elevators in some of these government buildings are sold that they have to actually manufacture the parts because they don't make the parts available for those models anymore.
Yeah. Well, I think the Carthage Courthouse has like the oldest working elevator, and I believe.
Well, it is working at this time.
Fingers
but
crossed.
It's been down before, and it took a while to get the parts.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you're going to the Vernon County Courthouse in Nevada, you're going to be taking the stairs. That building is 118 years old.
That's almost as old as me.
Almost, not quite. You got it beat by a couple years there, bud. But yeah, the elevator's down, and apparently it's not going to be in working order for up to 3 weeks. So they did want us to inform you that if you have any business at the Vernon County Courthouse in Nevada, call ahead, let them know when you're going to show up, let them know who you're there to see. And that individual will actually come down to the lobby and meet you, so that way you don't have to haul your butt up the stairs.
That's good.
Yeah, it's great. It's awesome. So, I mean, it's not awesome that the elevator's out. It literally broke my heart.
That's true.
But, yeah, there you have it. It is sad. I don't mean to make fun of it, but...
Yeah, you do. I can tell by the look on your face. You do.
Listen, we have fun here. All right, shifting gears here on you. Speaking of gears and things that are down, go ahead and hit the button, Steve. It's happening.
Oh, yes, it definitely is. I drove in it yesterday.
7th Street, a.k.a. Route 66 in Joplin. That construction now officially underway. It is kicked off. Those lane closures are in full swing. Now, a couple things you need to know. Number one, this is a project that is going to take literal years. And what they are doing is from Schifferdecker in Joplin, Schifferdecker and 7th Street, all the way to Range Line in 7th Street. So from the golf course to the mall in Joplin, they are ripping up the entirety of 7th Street. That is straight across the whole city. They're ripping up the road. They're ripping up the sidewalk. They're knocking down the lights. They're going to put in all new everything,
Yep.
which is awesome. but they're doing it in stages, so they're not just going to rip up the whole road in one chunk. They're going to be doing it sectioned off. And it's going to take literal years. It's going to be a nightmare. It's going to be a headache. It is happening, but I think it's for the best.
And the first stage of it is happening between Florida and Rangeline right now. It's on the south side at the moment, but they were also beginning to work on the north side yesterday as I was driving through. Traffic is down to one lane each direction at this time, and they're just to the west of the railroad tracks, to the west of Rangeline. They've got it dug up there with the sidewalks and part of the road.
Yeah, no, it's pretty nutty. Now the good news is, during the duration of this entire project, regardless of what stage they're on, there will never be a complete and full closure of 7th Street. So no matter what, you will still be able to drive through 7th Street. There will just be lane reductions. So it's going to be going from 2 to 1 in some instances.
And if you're driving just turning like from Rangeline to go west on 7th Street, make sure you allow people to get over from the lane that's not being blocked, because otherwise it'll cause more traffic issues.
Yeah, just be a good neighbor, help each other out, be smart. And
That's
honestly,
right.
if you want to avoid 7th, that might be wise as well. Just take 20th.
Or 15th.
The list goes on. Anyway,
or
we'll get
32nd or 4th.
What's some other numbers you got?
I don't know. We'll just leave it at those.
Steve ran out of numbers. Well, once Steve
26.
Steve's age hit 112, he stopped counting.
Yes, I sure did.
We'll have more details for you on that construction later on this morning. Coming up in just a little bit here, what's going on with your money on News Talk KZRG.
And now, KZRG's Big Three, buzzing by thanks to Honeybee Tax Solutions on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
The U.S. is now positioning ground-capable forces in the Middle East after Iran had rejected a ceasefire proposal yesterday. This buildup includes paratroopers, the 1st Brigade Combat Team, and a few thousand Marines. This is quite the course shift from last month when Trump said there will be absolutely no boots on the ground.
Number 2.
New Jersey Democrat Governor Sherrill signing a law that limits when law enforcement, including ICE, can use face coverings. The new law also requires officers to present ID before detaining someone. Wow.
Number 1.
A former superintendent of Newton County Schools is now under investigation for a misuse of funds. It's alleged the former school leader used school funds to buy a wedding dress for her daughter, among other things. The Missouri State Auditor has launched a full investigation into the matter.
Now, the KZRG question of the day on News Talk KZRG.
Do you support U.S. boots on the ground in Iran? We want to know. Go to KZRG's Facebook page, or better yet, leave us an open mic message. Let us know your opinion. We'll air it live on air here. You can do that in the KZRG app. Totally free to download in the App Store. Coming up next, what's going on with your money on News Talk KZRG.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Mother Nature turning up the heat on us before that cold front moves through later tonight. Flirting with record heat today. A sunny, breezy day.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Teresa says, Steve, you sound extra chipper this morning.
Well, thank you. I went through a wood chipper.
Hey, Avery, what's going on? Mary, what's going on, Mary? How's everyone doing today? Today.
It's the sound of another person learning about the financing options at Bridgewater Roofing. I sound pretty excited about our customized payment plans, Josh. Yeah, we made buying a new roof affordable with payment plans designed to your budget. Get excited about. Don't forget quick approval and flexible terms. That's because at Bridgewater Roofing.
Hey, Doc.
Doc dance.
More at BridgewaterRoofing.net.
So I started, it's very funny, a little peek inside big tech. I started, I wanted to reach out to a political strategist and interview them about the upcoming midterms, which we will be airing that interview possibly tomorrow, maybe Monday. But in any case, so what I did is I just went on LinkedIn and I just started, reaching out to random people. And ever since LinkedIn discovered that I started using them, they send me about 100 notifications an hour now. So
Well, you're LinkedIn.
I'm LinkedIn. I'm LinkedIn to pop-up notifications, apparently. I'm going to reach out to Johnny Depp on LinkedIn. I wonder if he has an account.
Hi, I'm Amanda Gish, and I live in Webb City. My name is Darian. I'm a hygienist at Kingdom of Joplin. So my first impression of Amanda, she comes in with these bright clothes. She's spunky, she's fun. We started chit-chatting. He was like, "Can I have you next time?" And I was like, "Sure." They make me giggle. She does giggle a lot.
Johnny Depp does not have a LinkedIn. Dang it.
At first, I used to put my hand over my mouth every time I went to smile because my front teeth, they cracked and half of them fell out.
Oh, nice. Avery, do you play as, the, Hunter or the Hunted? Which side do you play as? I'm terrible at that game. I'm just so bad. I can never figure it out. I have been playing yesterday, Avery, with my brother and our friend. We were playing Ark Raiders for about 30 minutes. That was my 30-minute snack break.
Elon Musk is calling for accuse herself in 2 shareholder lawsuits that are winding their way through Delaware courts. Musk's attorney says the judge, Kathleen McCormick, showed bias by appearing to express support via an emoji of a LinkedIn post mocking him. Space stocks rallied yesterday after a report that SpaceX could file to go public this week. Satellite designer AST Space Mobile, aerospace company Rocket Lab, and rocket maker Firefly Aerospace each saw steep gains. The highly anticipated SpaceX IPO could value Elon Musk's company at $1.75 trillion. A Los Angeles jury has found Meta and Alphabet's Google negligent for designing social media platforms that are harmful to young people in a $6 million verdict that will serve as a test case for numerous similar cases. The jury found Meta liable for $4.2 million in damages and Google for $1.8 million. Futures are moderately lower. That's your money now.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Join me, Buck Sexton, and our good friend Clay Travis every weekday starting at 11 on FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk KZRG.
It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
Ted Borkett,
Steve Scott.
Thursday morning, FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk KZRG. If you're thinking about spending some time outside, you might want to get one of those hats that have fans built into the side of them.
Yeah, maybe one of those things that goes around your neck that's got a built-in air conditioner for your neck.
Those are cool too.
That's because they're built-in air conditioners on the thing. Very cool. It's going to be sunny today. It is definitely going to be a hot one today. And if you go outside, make sure you wear some sunscreen if you're going to be out there for any length of time. Record high possible, near 90 degrees today. It's also going to be very, very breezy. Winds out of the southwest, gusting up to as high as 36, make that 38 miles per hour. Then tonight, scattered showers and thunderstorms. Breezy, 50 for the overnight low. Breezy with scattered showers. With the high of about 58 for tomorrow. But don't worry, it'll be down to around 36 on Friday night, but all the way back up to 64 with sunshine on Saturday. 77 on Sunday is the high. We'll be talking to KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith at 7:25.
That's exactly right. And by the way, there is a difference between hot and hout. Somebody on our
hot and what?
Hout. Somebody texted us at 417-782-1310. They said, why is Ted pronouncing hot weird? Well, because there's hot, H-O-T. Hot, H-O-T, is a temperature. It's like the oven is hot, that pizza is hot, the temperature outside is hot.
Don't touch the burner because it's hot if it's turned on. Yeah.
That's H-O-T. And then there's Hout. That's H-A-W-T. Hout is a state of being. It's a lifestyle. It's something that I exude and live every single day.
I thought it was just because you thought you were hot.
Hout. Yes, exactly. So now you know the difference between...
You're weird.
Hey, now you know the difference between hot and hout. One is a temperature, one is a state of being. Coming up after the news.
Which being are you right now?
Full of it.
That's very true. Boy, I never spoke the truth better at this hour of the morning.
Coming up after the news in about 10 minutes here at around 6:40. The future is now. Robots have officially breached and taken over the White House.
The Jetsons have finally made it to the mainstream.
In 2000, did the Jetsons take place in 2004?
I think so, allegedly.
The year 2004 is finally upon us.
Still waiting for the car that folds up into a briefcase.
That's coming up in less than 10 minutes. Good morning.
At 6:31, I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Here's what's trending on News Talk, KZRG. Iran, deal or no deal? TSA hearing. Social media court loss. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk, KZRG. We're heading for a high today of around 90. If we reach it, that's going to be a record breaker. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith following sports. That'll be at 6:38. 64 in Neosho, 68 in Pittsburgh, it's 68 in Webb City, 68 in Joplin, FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk, KZRG.
Israel's taken 2 senior Iranians off its hit list at the request of a third country.
Pakistan has asked the United States not to target Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi and Parliamentary Speaker Mohammad Bakr Kalibaf, and that's prompted Israel to call off its own attempts to kill the 2 politicians. A source has told Reuters that if Kalibaf and Araghchi were killed, there'd be nobody left to negotiate with. Iran is reviewing a 15-point ceasefire proposal from President Trump that was sent through Pakistan. While the president claims Iran is desperate to make a deal, the Iranians insist they've no intention of holding talks. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
Top officials of agencies within the Department of Homeland Security testified about the impact of the DHS funding shutdown before Congress.
Acting TSA Administrator Hawen McNeil told the House Homeland Security Committee that some agents are sleeping in their cars and selling plasma to deal with the lack of pay.
Now, multiple major airports are experiencing days where 40 to 50% of their staff are calling out because they simply cannot afford to report to work.
New York Democratic Congressman Dan Goldman challenged her on President Trump's effort to backfill those missing officers.
It's not a complicated question. Would you rather have TSA funded or ICE agents helping your agency at the airport?
Paying the employees for the work that they are doing is also not a complicated question.
She warned some smaller airports may close if this shutdown continues. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
Time to pay the piper. A jury in Los Angeles finding Meta and Google's YouTube liable for negligence in the first ever social media addiction trial.
Lawyer for the plaintiff, Mark Lanier, says the verdict is the tip of the spear.
There are so many families who've been tragically hurt through the addiction of social media.
Meta and Google's YouTube denied claims they knowingly created addictive features harming young people's mental health. They've been ordered to pay $6 million in damages.
We now know that they were manipulating our children for profits while we were watching and trying to keep our families safe.
Juliana Arnold, one of several parents who spoke outside the courthouse about losing children to social media.
We respectfully disagree with the verdict and will appeal.
Meta spokesperson Ashley Nicole Davis, Google, saying the same. In Los Angeles, Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
TikTok and Snapchat were also cited in that case, but ultimately settled before the trial. It's the first of a group of cases brought by more than 1,600 plaintiffs that include more than 350 families and 250 school districts.
68, it's now 6:35. News Talk, KZRG.
Well, you better get all ready for a good old-fashioned evening of fun. Bright Futures Joplin hosting the annual Guns and Hoses benefit basketball game.
The Joplin Police Department will take on the Joplin Fire Department on Saturday, April 11th at the Joplin High School Gym at 2104 Indiana Avenue. Doors open at 5 p.m. for concessions, games, giveaways, and silent auction. The game starts at 6 p.m. Entry tickets are $5 for adults. All kids get in free. Event proceeds help fund the Corporal Ben Cooper and Officer Jake Reed Memorial Scholarships. More inside the KZRG app. Steve Smith, News Talk KZRG.
Rural Missourians more likely to lack health insurance compared to those in urban areas. That according to a new study.
A study by Washington University in St. Louis finds roughly 10% of rural residents lack insurance compared to 7% of urban residents in Missouri. Professor Timothy McBride says rural employment is a factor.
More agriculture, more retail, more service. They tend to pay lower wages.
He says more rural Missourians work part-time and the employers are small and may not be able to afford to offer health insurance. He says there are several consequences. Patients might delay or skip treatment, leading to poor outcomes later. Sue Danielson, Missouri Net.
If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310, 68 at 636. News Talk, KZRG.
You're taking the stairs at the Vernon County Courthouse in Nevada, and that's because the elevator there is out of order. Vernon County Clerk Adrian Lee told News Talk KZRG one of the things affected is voting.
I've put in an expedited order for some new programming for an extra tabulator for our voting booth, because at the very moment we're having to go back to a silver box to put their ballots in so that everyone's vote is protected. But as of tomorrow, I'm going to have a second DS200 set up in our downstairs lobby.
She says it could take 2 to 3 weeks to get the elevator fixed. The Vernon County Courthouse was completed in 1908. Right around the time Steve was born. That was 118 years ago.
Your boss might get more control over your company iPhone. Ooh.
Apple announces this week a brand new platform that could impact your use of company-owned and distributed tech. Apple Business will give companies managed Apple accounts. Such a mechanism allows them better control of devices and apps which are meant for work purposes, while also integrating with favorite productivity software such as Microsoft and Google Workspace. Apple says it will also allow for better employee management, arranging for people to digitally work more efficiently in groups or in other collaborations. Apple Business will be a free service and will debut this coming April. Eben Brown, Fox News.
Now with sports, here's Lucas Davis on News Talk, KZRG.
In D2 baseball, Pitt State beat MSSU 12-6. Both teams combined for 7 home runs. PSU's Dagan Brewer and MSSU's Brayton Lucar each finished with 2. Prep baseball, Hollister beat Carl Junction 8-5. Neosho is hosting the Bella Del Varsity Festival with Carthage, Webb City, and Nevada all taking part. Today's the day, Redbird fans. It's opening day. St. Louis is taking on Tampa Bay in the first of 3 at 3:15, and you can hear that game and every Cardinals game on our sister station, AM 1230, The Talker. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape. For professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin, choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. Lucas Davis, News Talk, KZRG.
Download the Zimmer Storm Center app today. It's free of charge. It's available at your app store. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Next news, 7 o'clock, breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk, KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Mother Nature turning up the heat on us before that cold front moves through later tonight. Flirting with record heat today. A sunny, breezy day near 90 this afternoon would easily set a new record. Cold front bringing us some scattered storms late tonight, scattered thunderstorms tomorrow morning, a dry afternoon, and much cooler. 58 the high tomorrow. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
Right now, nothing showing up precipitation-wise on the KZRG Storm Tracker radar. 64 in Neosho, 68 in Pittsburgh, 68 in Diamond, 68 in Joplin. 100 weather updates every 24 hours on News Talk. KZRG. KZRG News Time, 640.
Oh, fabulous, Frou Frou. Give us a twirl. Oh, I love this look. The feathers, the carding, the skirt. It's fantastic grooming. So well done. Brava.
Have you booked your pup's next grooming appointment? Get in today at All Dogs Dream and Neo Show. Sure, a freshly groomed dog looks great, but grooming is about more than just looks. Regular visits help maintain a pet's health, comfort, and hygiene. It improves circulation, reduces shedding, and helps prevent painful matting, skin infections, and parasitic infestations. Plus, grooming can catch things early, like lumps, ear infections, or other health concerns, before they become bigger problems. And don't forget your pet's nails. Overgrown nails can cause discomfort, affect your dog's posture, and even lead to joint pain or injury. Call All Dogs Dream to schedule your pet's next grooming appointment today, and be sure to ask about their Wednesday small dog specials. Or book online at alldogsdream.com. All Dogs Dream, just north of Neo Show on Gateway Drive.
In 1884, Community Bank and Trust opened its doors with one mission: to serve the families and businesses in the four-state area. 139 years later, and we're still serving our communities with local banking that feels very different. Visiting Community Bank and Trust.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Tim said, I fully support boots on the ground if it opens the straits. Yeah. Well, and that's the question, is do you support it? And Tim does. I think that's great. Avery says, I play a lot as killer, but I'm trying to get the Adept Rebecca achievement for Rebecca Chambers from the Resident Evil collaboration. Well, what is the achievement? I used to play with my friends back in high school F-13, Friday the 13th, which was just the poor man's version of Dead by Daylight. It was the exact same game, exact same concept, everything about it was identical. Except it was Friday the 13th themed instead of Dead by Daylight, which is very funny.
But there is one that I actually use, and I can cancel whenever I want. There's no such thing.
It doesn't exist.
Prove it. It's my Hurricane Car Wash membership.
Keep your ride spotless or cancel anytime with an unlimited wash Hurricane Car Wash membership. Get daily washes in the soft touch or touch.
My thing with Iran, to be honest, is I'm just so tired of America being the bad guy for doing things all the time. And yeah, I think that Iran, absolutely, it is the case that Iran should not have nuclear weapons. No question about it. They are dead right about that. I also think it's the case that I don't enjoy theocracies. I don't like them. It makes me sad that they exist in the world. And so if we want to go out and get rid of them, sector by sector, I'm completely fine with that. My issue, though, is I don't understand why we are always the bad guy for trying to do that. And I think that we should instead have Europe do it, because it's their continent. I guess technically, the European continent is technically different, but whatever, it's their part of the world, I should say. They also like what we're doing, they just don't say it out loud, so make them do it. That's my only thing, is I think we need to pressure our allies to step up more. And that's never going to happen if we just keep on doing it ourselves, with our money and our missiles.
Make us feel welcome. If it weren't for what people give and what people do to donate to keep those doors open, it would have made a big difference for my life.
Oh, Avery, that's interesting.
I'm grateful to everyone who's ever donated.
I'm Lori with the Ronald McDonald House Charities of the Four States.
Oh, I got you. Oh, haha, that is funny.
Our Gift of Light, Gift of Love campaign.
Yeah, that's me and Helldivers. I got a combo I like and just refuse to use anything else.
I call it honesty. Hi, this is Vince Colonnese. Join me tonight at 8 right after Mark Levin on News Talk KZRG.
From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
Going to be a hot one today. It's going to be record-breaking temperatures more than likely. A high of 90 with sunshine. It's going to be breezy. Winds out of the southwest. Gusting as high as 38 miles per hour. Then tonight and tomorrow, scattered showers and thunderstorms. Overnight low of 50. High tomorrow, 58. Then down to 36 tomorrow night with mostly clear. 64 and sunny on Saturday. 77 on Sunday. on Sunday with it's going to be a nice bounce back. So just keep it right here. We're going to be talking with KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith at 7:25.
That's exactly right. KZRG News Time 6:45 currently. Well, robots have now entered the White House. They've breached the security perimeter. They are in and soon will be taking over.
Oh, no.
Say it isn't so.
Say it isn't so.
Oh, it be so, boo-boo. Melania Trump, the First Lady of these here United States, kicked off day 2 of her Fostering the Future Summit with a special guest. I should say, and that is exactly right. It's a robot. A robot has entered.
A robot.
A robot. Now, the Fostering the Future Summit that Melania has been doing, basically it is a culmination of representatives from more than 40 nations. They all came together into the White House to collaborate on expanding access to education and technology for children worldwide. And so that's kind of something that she's been working on, which I think is great. Yeah. I mean, there is a lot of technology that is really valuable and useful. It's kind of concentrated in certain areas. Why not get a bunch of leaders together and say, hey, how do we democratize this a little more? How do we get it to people and children in other nations?
You know, I'm looking at the picture of her and the robot. They're wearing very similar matching outfits almost, kind of like you and me this morning.
Mm-hmm. We're adorable.
There's only one thing different. I don't see the robot wearing high heels.
I don't. Did you want it to?
That would be interesting.
Weird.
I wonder if you could teach it to walk on high heels.
But yeah, basically, Melania had a robot enter the room, and this is a robot that looks like a human. It has the exact same proportions as a human.
It does.
It's a bipedal creature. I don't know if creatures.
What?
Bipedal. It means it walks on 2 feet.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like a bicycle, pedaling.
I'm pedaling on my bicycle. You're thinking of pedaling.
Yeah.
No, so this robot, it walked out, and I will say, and this is why it was interesting news, it walked out very human-like. I mean, it didn't do the whole, like, you know, the classic 1980s robot dance. It wasn't... It walked out like a real person. The future is now. We are going to start seeing these in the workforce.
Wow.
It's insane. Now, I will say, it didn't quite walk exactly like a human. The way I described it when I saw, if you haven't seen the video of this robot walking in the White House, it looked like a drunk person trying to pretend to be sober. That's how it walked. It was like a little too stiff. You know, have you ever seen?
Kind of like how you looked one morning coming into work.
Oh, of course. Yeah, obviously.
All right, go ahead.
Every morning.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, but it was pretty advanced. I mean, it walked on, I don't know if it was a predetermined path or not, but it walked down the hallway. It made a sharp left turn. Walked down a different hallway. It wasn't banging into stuff. I mean, it looked really solid. And that is why, to me, this was pretty fascinating. We're going to start seeing these out in the street. We might even see them, you know, put an army helmet on it and give it a gun.
Yeah, we might even get to see a RoboCop sometime. You never know.
RoboCop. So anyway, I thought that was interesting. I would love to see, you know what we could do with these robots? Have them work on road work. Construction would be interesting.
They could work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I've got a better idea. Let's put them in airports as TSA workers.
Hey, there you go. And speaking of robots doing road work, Steve, go ahead and hit the button.
Oh, you're going to have me do it again?
Yeah, do it again. All right, here we go. Yeah, that road work on 7th Street in Joplin is underway. It is a $61 million project that is going to take several years. And what they are doing is from Schifferdecker in Joplin all the way to Rangeline in Joplin, from the golf course to the mall, on 7th Street, a.k.a. Route 66, they are ripping the entire thing out and replacing it with a whole new road, new sidewalks that are ADA compliant, some new lighting, all of the four, you know, 9 yards? All 9 yards. All 10 yards?
All 4 miles, actually.
All 4 miles, all 9 yards.
There's a sign that says road work next 4 miles as you're going on to 7th Street from Rangeline.
And that's what you need to know, is that these signs, they are in place. Lane reduction is currently happening. Please keep that in mind, that this full-scale work is ramping up and will take several years.
It's all 9 yards. The whole 10 yards was the sequel.
Oh, is that?
And I bet the next sequel will be the whole 11 yards.
That's and then the prequel is what comes out next. Which
so that'd be the 8 yards.
Well, actually, I think the prequel was the longest yard with what's his face?
Which one are you talking about? The remake?
Adam Sandler. I want the Adam Sandler version. Sandman. But in any case, yeah, this work currently underway. Lane reduction is there. Please drive carefully.
They are adding outside lanes first and then working themselves inside. And I believe they're going both sides of the road at once.
Mm-hmm. They were working on both sides when I drove through it yesterday.
To where they will have at least a minimum of one lane flowing at all times.
Yeah, and that's the thing to keep in mind is technically throughout the entire duration of this massive $61 million, several-year-long revamping of 7th Street in Joplin, you will always be able to drive through it. There will never be full closure, only lane reductions. That being said,
I was told
it is advised to seek a different route.
I was told that there may be times, like in the middle of the night, where it may like be a detour.
Oh,
like,
okay.
They won't do it during high traffic hours. Like
Not during
maybe
the day,
in the
though.
middle of it. Because the construction worker I talked to said, like, Murphy Boulevard right there, like the storm system is in the middle of the road.
Right.
So they're going to have to rip up the entire middle of the road all at one time at some point.
To fix that, yeah. And that's the other thing is they're working on the stormwater system below it, so that way when it rains, when there's tumultuous weather, that part of the city, across the city there is not getting flooded. There's not this backlog of water, so they're fixing that up. It's really cool, and I will say it is absolutely, no doubt in my mind, going to be a massive headache. It is going to be the most annoying thing on planet Earth.
We were laughing about it yesterday.
But it is going to be so helpful and valuable long term. What were you?
We were laughing about the construction workers and I. Like, I went down there, and they came up and started talking to me as I was taking the photos. And
they said, "Hey, what are you doing?"
I think they were at first, like, wondering what the hell I was doing out there. And I was like, I was like, hey, I'm just here at the news, man. And just started shooting the breeze with him. And then the other one got out of the dump truck, and he started coming because you could tell he was, like, watching the situation from afar to tell if it was going to be contentious or not. But once he saw that we were laughing with each other, he got out and he started joining the
He's like, oh, hey, look, he goes, look, I'm hourly. I'm gonna go shoot the breeze with this guy.
I'm gonna come over here. It was. I kind of felt part of a construction group for a while.
You're an honorary member.
Yeah, just sitting around shooting the breeze.
Yeah, they threw you a yellow vest and said, hey, you're one of us now.
Yeah. Maybe you could be like Mike Rowe and do it for a day.
I told him where I was from. He goes, oh, I don't listen to that channel because they're up from Nixon. I go, liberals usually don't. And he just started laughing. He goes, hey, I'm not a liberal. I go, hey. Hey, I'm not pointing fingers, man. I'm just saying liberals don't listen to us. You said you don't listen to us, so who knows?
Boy, well, that just got us.
But
another
he said, he goes, yeah, it's going to be a nightmare at times. But he said they're making it a point to have traffic flow at all times.
Nice,
so
that's
you'll
awesome.
be able to get through 7th. He said, on occasion, maybe in the middle of the night, some nights that there might be, a detour route or something like that. But it would be at like 2 or 3 in the morning or something.
Excellent,
like that.
nice. Details at newstalkkzrg.com.
And now, KZRG's Big Three, buzzing by thanks to Honeybee Tax Solutions on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
The U.S. is now positioning ground-capable forces in the Middle East after Iran rejected a ceasefire proposal yesterday. This buildup includes paratroopers, the 1st Brigade combat team, and a few thousand Marines. This is quite the course shift from last month when Trump said there will be absolutely no boots on the ground.
Number 2.
New Jersey Democratic Governor Sherrill signing a law that limits when law enforcement, including ICE, can use face coverings. The new law also requires officers to present ID before detaining someone.
Number 1.
A former superintendent of Newton County School is under investigation for misuse of funds. It's alleged the former school leader used school funds to buy a wedding dress for her daughter, among other things. The Missouri State Auditor has launched a full investigation into the matter.
Now, the KZRG question of the day on News Talk KZRG.
Do you support U.S. boots on the ground in Iran? We want to know. Coming up, what's going on with Hannity's Morning Minute on News Talk KZRG.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Mother Nature turning up the heat on us before that cold front moves through later tonight. Flirting with record heat today. A sunny, breezy day near 90 this afternoon would easily set a new record. Cold front bringing us some scattered storms late tonight, scattered thunderstorms tomorrow morning, a dry afternoon, and much cooler. 58 the high tomorrow. I'm meteorologist at the KZRG Storm Center.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Your truck and trailer doesn't get days off. They run when you run. Any weather, long miles, heavy loads, tight schedules. The road isn't kind either. It takes a toll with every mile. And when something goes down, everything stops. That's why Bennett's Truck and Trailer in Dinaweg is here to keep your equipment ready for whatever the road throws at it. With over 50 years of experience on staff, they handle truck and trailer repairs, preventative maintenance, fabrication, and mobile service.
Oh, you can leave the condescending remarks to yourself, Ted.
What's up, girl Chris? Eileen, good morning. Eileen said, Ted, 5 more countries signed on to Trump's protection of the Strait yesterday. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, they were the Middle Eastern countries.
Hold that up. Let's talk about that. Hold that up. I did not see that.
I saw it on Newswatch.
Yeah, pull it up. We'll talk about that next. That's amazing news.
Did you see Erica Kirk?
No, what did she have to say?
She was at some convention or something like that, and somebody asked her about Charlie Kirk not wanting to do the Iran war because there's video of him out there saying
Oh,
it.
yeah.
And she goes, I wish Charlie was here to say whether or not he thinks we should be a part of the Iran war, but he's not. And it's just so cringe because there's about 18 videos of Charlie Kirk out there saying we don't need to get involved in the Iran war.
Yep.
Everybody knows his feelings on it, Erica.
Yep. So he said, from my observation, most women don't even walk on high heels properly. I wonder if the robots will do that. Probably. Girl Chris said another data center going in around Mount Vernon area, needing 6 acres.
It's actually not at Mount Vernon, it's at Sarcoxie.
Sarcoxie,
It's
okay.
in Jasper County.
Jasper County.
We're just building all their bases, huh?
No, Girl Chris, I hadn't heard of that.
Trying to find the story, they've moved it.
I thought we had it up. I thought we had something on that. Might have been when you were on vacation.
I might have missed it. Girl Chris, no, I never got around to it. Hey Dan, good morning to you. I'm gonna look into that today actually because I have a pretty light schedule today.
Why do we still have to even discuss this?
Check out the Sean Hannity radio show later today, right here.
Now, you know, I've been endorsing Pure Talk for 7 years now, and I wanted to work with a wireless company that shares my values. Now, Pure Talk is a veteran-led company, and helping veterans is their North Star. Now, they've donated over $500,000 to America's Warrior Partnership. It's a fantastic organization who is on the front lines of preventing veteran suicide. Also, Pure Talk's creating American jobs with a U.S.-only workforce. Yeah, I guess it'd be a lot cheaper to send jobs overseas like many other companies do, but they are committed to delivering the best experience possible for their customers. And yes, I love Pure Talk service. They give you the same cell towers, the same 5G network as the big guys, AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, but you save, on average, as a family, over $1,000 a year. Now, I choose to do business with a company that shares my values. So what about you? Make the switch. Pound 250, keyword save now. That's pound 250, keyword save now. Make the switch to America's wireless company, Pure Talk.
Hey, Clay Travis here. Join me and Buck Sexton weekdays from 11 till 2 right here on News Talk KZRG. You can depend on it.
It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
Going to be sunny and breezy, a hot one today, expecting a high of 90, which could break a record. In fact, more than likely will. Then tonight, cold front coming through, scattered showers and thunderstorms, blow down to 50. The high tomorrow, only 58, with scattered showers and thunderstorms. Going to be breezy the entire time. KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith will be joining us at 7:25 on FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker. News Talk, KZRG.
The four states news, talk, and severe weather station. KZRG, KIXQ HD2, Joplin. A free service of Zimmer Marketing. It's 7 o'clock.
The Iranian negotiators are very different and strange. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. President Trump posted that on Truth Social this morning, adding Iran is begging to make a deal to end the conflict now on day 27. But he then wrote, they better get serious soon before it's too late and it won't be pretty.
President Trump wants his advisors, the people in that cabinet room, to try to figure out how to wind the war down in the next couple of weeks, according to the Wall Street Journal.
Fox's Peter Ducey at the White House, where that Trump cabinet meeting's in 2 hours.
This is going to be the first time that the whole cabinet has gotten together since Epic Fury started so that they can talk about the military part with the War Secretary, the economic part and gas prices with the Treasury Secretary and the Interior Secretary and the Energy Secretary, and also the possible impact on food prices with the Agriculture Secretary.
Another Iranian military leader's been taken out.
Overnight, a strike targeted and killed Ali Reza Tangsiri, the IRGC Navy commander responsible for closing the Strait of Hormuz, and he was alongside senior operational leadership at the time of the strike.
Fox's Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv, where sirens have wailed again today as Iran keeps firing barrages of missiles into Israel. Back to the president. With no end to the standoff in Congress over Homeland Security funding continuing to cause huge airport security lines, he said last night,
we're going to send in the National Guard if we need to.
TSA agents remain unpaid. More have not been showing up. Venezuela's ex-leader, captured by the U.S. military in January, Nicolas Maduro, returns to court in New York City this morning, trying to dismiss the drug and narco terror case against him. Meta and Google vowing to appeal a big loss in social media trial.
A Los Angeles jury awarding $6 million in total damages against Meta and Google's YouTube after finding the companies negligent for designing apps that harmed minors and failed to warn about the dangers.
That's Fox's Chanley Painter. The plaintiff had accused Meta and Google of making social media platforms addictive. America's listening to Fox News.
No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk. KZRG heading for a record 90 today. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith following sports. That'll be at 7:08. It is 64 in Neosho, 68 in Pittsburgh, 68 in Carthage, 68 in Joplin, FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310. News Talk, KZRG. Quite the scare, but no threat to students. The Quapaw Nation Marshal Service assured citizens in Quapaw that there was no safety threat to students after a threatening email to a staff member forced the district to put the high school on lockdown yesterday morning. Now, officials did not release many details about the threat itself, but again say they are sure that they have it handled.
Investigating a small school district in Newton County.
She used school funds to buy her daughter's wedding dress. Former Westview Superintendent Misty Haley accused of misusing the district's credit card to buy other things for herself and her family. Missouri State Auditor Scott Fitzpatrick says his office is looking into those allegations. In that district, they're located between Neosho and Seneca, home to roughly 117 students. Fitzpatrick, though, says that taxpayers deserve answers. I'm Cy Albright, News Talk KZRG.
Joplin City Manager Nick Edwards, Police Chief Richard Pearson, and Fire Chief Gerald Azell appeared together yesterday morning on the KZRG Morning News Watch to make a unified case for Proposition Police and Fire. It's a ballot measure they say will strengthen public safety without raising taxes. The half-cent public safety sales tax would replace the existing Prop B pension sales tax once that obligation is fully met. Edwards telling News Talk KZRG.
The exciting part for me is that if this is supported, the community is going to see a very visible and noticeable change in service because we're going to be able to add police officers, we're going to be able to add firefighters, we're going to be able to improve equipment and facilities and response times. It's a big investment into the future of the community.
If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. Sun is on the rise at 68. It's 7:04. News Talk, KZRG.
The Missouri House is prepping to pass its next state budget proposal, one with a price tag of about $50.3 billion. House Budget Committee Chairman Dirk Deaton of Seneca has reduced child care subsidy provider rate enhancements by $52 million.
We have more providers than we've ever had. We have more slots available to subsidy kids than we've ever had. And we have more interest, seemingly, than we've ever had. Even though we've added hundreds of millions of dollars, the resources are now running out.
The House budget proposal would also drastically shift the way the state's public colleges and universities are funded by providing state funding based upon the number of full-time students enrolled.
MoDOT encouraging teen drivers to take an online driver safety course.
John Nelson of MoDOT says the free course, available on WorkZoneSafe.com, takes 45 minutes and covers a range of driver safety issues, including distracted driving.
Certainly they're as attached to their phones as anybody. That's true for a lot of us anymore.
The course is geared to teens, but Nelson says it would be a good refresh for experienced drivers, too, especially ahead of what's expected to be another record year for road work in the state. Sue Danielson, Missouri Net.
Last year, 24 were killed in a Missouri work zone. Teens who complete the course can enter to win a $500 scholarship. Now with sports, here's Lucas Davis on News Talk, KZRG.
In D2 baseball, Pitt State beat MSSU 12-6. Both teams combined for 7 home runs. PSU's Dagan Brewer and MSSU's Brayton Lucar each finished with 2. Prep baseball, Hollister beat Carl Junction 8-5. Neosho's hosting the Bill O'Dell Varsity Festival with Carthage, Webb City, and Nevada all taking part. Today's the day, Redbird fans. It's opening day. St. Louis is taking on Tampa Bay in the first of 3 at 3:15, and you can hear that game and every Cardinals game on our sister station, AM 1230, The Talker. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape. For professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin, choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. Lucas Davis, News Talk, KZRG.
It's free at your app store. Download the Zimmer Storm Center app today. I'm Steve Scott.
I'm Lucas Davis.
Next news, 7:30, breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk, KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Big cool down on the way today. Record heat 90 this afternoon. Scattered storms tonight, scattered storms tomorrow morning, 58 tomorrow. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
A service of derailed commodity flooring and furniture. With flooring for any budget, it's the perfect time to use your tax refund to invest in your home. See the pros at your local derailed commodity flooring and furniture store today.
No precipitation showing up this morning on the KZRG Storm Tracker radar. 64 in Neosho, 68 in Pittsburgh, 68 in Carl Junction, 68 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time now, 7:08.
Don't let a lack of maintenance put your comfort and budget at risk. Get a spring checkup on your unit today from A1 Climate Control, your local Amana dealer. Prevent future problems, enjoy peak performance, save hundreds of dollars in energy costs, and gain peace of mind as you prepare to put summer's heat on ice with an HVAC checkup today. And if you need a new system, A1 is ready to install the right Amana heating and air unit to fit your needs. Call A1 to schedule an HVAC checkup today. 417-627-0411.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. That's ethos.com/save. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Does your daily life leave you thirsty for more? Does your wallet screech in pain when you attempt to quench that thirst? Professor Pennypincher here, reminding you to make this the year that you live your best life for the best price, thanks to the Zimmer Coffee Card and the Show Me State Beer Card. Each offer your favorite drinks for just $1 from area shops, bars, and restaurants. With a Zimmer Coffee Card, your morning mocha or afternoon pick-me-up latte is no burden at all. With your Zimmer Coffee Card, your specialty coffees are only $1 from 19 participating area coffee shops. And with the Show Me State Beer Card, you can get 2 beers for just $1 each from 23 area watering holes. Each card is only $20 and on sale now. Grab both at newstalkkzrg.com. Quench your thirst, live your best life, and save money with the Zimmer Coffee Card and the Show Me State Beer Card. Buy yours now for only $20 each at newstalkkzrg.com.
Is your house a little sad, envious to the neighbors, or maybe downright embarrassed? Hi, I'm Brooke at Flames, and we know nothing will turn your house's frown upside down faster than a brand new Fireplace Extraordinaire gas fireplace or fireplace insert. Whether you're upgrading an outdated fireplace with a gas insert or planning a remodel or new build, we here at Flames can help you find the perfect Fireplace Extraordinaire to make your house the talk of the neighborhood. Fireplace Extraordinaire gas fireplaces and fireplace inserts are not only beautiful, they're powerful, efficient, and incredibly easy to use. With just the touch of a button, you get dependable heat and a truly extraordinary fire. Flames is local and family-owned, and Shane and our factory-trained installation crew are ready to help you give your house the fireplace it truly deserves with a brand new fireplace by Fireplace Extraordinaire. So stop by Flames today.
Hi, I'm Shane.
And I'm Brooke.
And we've been playing with fire since 1995.
Stop by Flames at 4601 South Range Line, half mile south of I-44.
The latest is always heard on News Talk KZRG. Broadcasting from the Downstream Casino Resort Studio, this is News Talk KZRG. From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning Newswatch on News Talk KZRG.
7:11 is the KZRG news time. Just under 69 in Joplin. Nice. It's 68. 68 in Pittsburgh. 64 in Neosho. 70 in Miami. Just above 69.
It's not going to stay there for today because we're going to have record-breaking highs more than likely. High today of around 90. Yes. Tonight, scattered showers and thunderstorms. Overnight low down to 50. Tomorrow, it's going to be scattered showers and thunderstorms. High of only 58. Now, it's going to be breezy all the way through the time frame, and then tomorrow night, mostly clear down to 36. Saturday, 64 with sunshine, 77 and sunny on Sunday. KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith joining us at 7:25.
Yeah, and we all know with this warm weather, Steve Scott is going to be outside his front, mowing his front lawn in Daisy Dukes and flip-flops today. We all know that that's what's inevitably going to be happening.
You don't want to see me in Daisy Dukes.
This is the one time
you don't.
And have zero interest in going to the Scott family household is today.
My grass is still mostly dormant.
Oh, really?
It's green here.
Yeah, interesting. I've had a couple of just splotches of something growing up in the yard, but nothing major.
Well, sort of an interesting development in the abortion conversation politically in this country.
Hooray!
Yeah. U.S. Senator Josh Hawley of Missouri sent a letter to his Republican colleagues in the Senate urging them to join his new legislation to ban the chemical abortion drug mifepristone. He wrote in his statement, or rather in his letter to the other Republican senators, quote, "I've introduced legislation to withdraw FDA approval for mifepristone for use in an abortion. My bill would also allow women harmed by mifepristone used for an abortion to sue the manufacturers for damages. Congress has the power and the duty to protect women from the dangers of chemical abortion and from the corporations who would exploit them. I hope that you will join me in this effort," end quote. Now, what's interesting to me, this is weird, and let me explain why. Hawley is a very smart man. He's a very politically savvy man. He's a very calculated man. And for him to stir the abortion pot right before midterms is a very interesting move, one that I have a hard time believing is by accident. I don't think Hawley would start bringing up all this abortion stuff randomly because I think he's very calculated. Why in your mind would he do this? I think abortion, listen, regardless of how you feel about abortion, It is a very politically strenuous topic for Republicans historically. A lot of the times in the previous races, abortion has not really been a winning message for Republicans. And with the midterm coming up, strictly from a politically strategic lens, I feel like it's almost a liability to bring up right now.
Maybe he's trying to get the people's minds off the conflict or excursion over in Iran.
Mm-hmm. Maybe
he's trying to get a
distraction, perhaps.
Yeah, a distraction away from gas prices and stuff.
To me, if a Republican really wanted to make strides in getting rid of abortion, you would do it when it's not a political season, it's not a campaign season, and when the Republicans have all the power. Which was previous. We're now leaving that era. It seems like he missed the boat on being able to actually make real strides in getting rid of abortion.
He's been after this drug for a while, though. So I don't know if it's specifically like the whole abortion is wrong stance that he's going for, or just specifically trying to get this abortion drug off the market because it is harmful to women. Like
just specifically the chemical.
Yeah, he's been after this drug, I want to say, for a few years now.
Yeah, it has been.
So I think this is kind of him just following through on just this specific drug. I don't think this is abortion is bad, we should get rid of it argument. I think this is more of this drug is hurting women, and the fact that it has to do with abortion, like that, I'm sure that plays a role in it. But
sure, yeah,
he's been on this specific drug because of what it does to women for a while now. So I think it has more to do with that.
So you think this is just a result of timing?
I don't think it's just like, I'm sure there are, nothing's just a coincidence with politics.
Right.
Like I'm sure it has, it is part of the abortion argument, but I don't think this is like the whole abortion is bad, we should get rid of it argument. Like I don't think this is his argument. I think he's saying we need to protect women as much as we can, even if they're going to go through the procedure or whatever. And this specific,
the procedure is just taking a pill.
Yeah. This specific one is hurting women though. Like they're
and so can you walk us through how? Because I'm not up to date on the science.
I mean, I'm not either. I'm not a woman, and I don't take the pill, so I don't know how it's hurting them. But that's just from what I understand.
The talking point is somebody said at some point that it hurts women.
I can do some research real quick.
Yeah, do a little Googling on that one. Because
I
would be
story,
curious.
It said that one woman spent a month in a medically induced coma after taking the medicine. Another described bleeding uncontrollably with no one to help out. And it says that they still suffer from trauma to this day after taking the medicine. That's in the story.
Well, there you go. Now, Senator Josh Hawley's legislation gained 3 new co-sponsors recently. Republican Senator John Cornyn from Texas, Marsha Blackburn, a Republican from Tennessee. At which point, Steve, this is where you say, Ted, you're the only 10 I see. And I say, Steve, stop it, you dog. And then Ted Budd, who's a Republican from North Carolina.
Ted disclaimer in the middle of this?
No, of course not, Steve.
And then Lucas finds the nearest 10-story window and jumps out of it.
Whichever one comes first.
He will literally climb 10 stories just to jump out of that
window. To get away from Ted and his unbelievably good-looking ego that he has. In any case, so that's the details. Lucas is doing some Googling for us.
So it's the black box warning on mifepristone, and it says risk of rare but serious, sometimes fatal infections and prolonged heavy bleeding following medical abortions.
Oh, there you go. And there's that one woman that said she had prolonged bleeding.
Right, and then another one had the medically induced coma.
Well, there you have it. All right. Anyway, moving on from there, what are your thoughts, though? Do you think that this is a coincidence, this Holly bringing up abortion in this politically viable season, or do you think that this is some sort of calculated move?
Do you know what removing the FDA approval means?
Is that a genuine question or
yes.
rhetorical? Genuine. From my understanding, it basically, if you don't have the FDA approval, then you pretty much cannot distribute it in the United States.
So it's like one of those, like you'd have to go through Canada to get the drug.
Right, or Mexico or something. You would have to go out of the country, and there are certain laws in this place that stop exactly that practice. One place where we see a lot of that is with insulin. People that have type 1 or type 2 diabetes, you can get the exact same medicine in Canada for a quarter of the price, but it's technically illegal to do that, which is kind of wild that the exact same medicine costs a quarter of the price.
So do you have to declare that when you're coming back across the border if you go over there to get it?
I believe so, and then they would flag it. From my understanding, they would flag it and not let you do it.
So then you would just lie, and that's how people get the medicine.
Well, and which is illegal.
Right, but I mean,
and then you could do time and stuff.
Yeah,
that's sort of like if you ever watched the movie Dallas Buyers Club. That was one of the things with AZT is he was going and getting medicine from Mexico that was completely fine in every sense of it, except it didn't have that little stamp that said FDA approved.
Ted, I'm going to let you in on a little secret about me that you might not know, but I do believe that there are some laws that may not be morally just.
As Captain Jack Sparrow famously once said, rules really are more of guidelines than anything else. Right, yeah. All right, love to hear that. Hey, coming up in less than, let's do some quick math here, 5 minutes. KZRG's meteorologist Terry Smith is going to be joining us. We are in for a really, really hot day. We're going to be in the 90s today, Steve.
Yeah, 90 for the predicted high. And if we reach that high, it's going to be a record-breaking temperature for the day.
Listen, I'm never one to question God and his infinite wisdom and decisions. But Big G up in the sky, what are you doing to us, man? This
is so
sucks.
awesome getting to wake up and not have to freeze your tail off walking into work. It's so nice.
But instead, you're going
have to wear a jacket today.
Exactly.
Instead, we're going to sweat our tail off leaving
work. We're going to be comfortable outside. It's terrible.
Woe is me. Oh, no. What are we going to do? 90 is not comfortable, my good sir.
Comfortable for me.
Not
better than 34.
You know, honestly, that maybe Lucas is not an indoor-outdoor cat. Maybe you're just some sort of, you're like a lizard, dude. You need to bask in the sun, otherwise you get
I am
grumpy.
definitely cold-blooded for sure.
100% cold-blooded over here.
Maybe he's not as cold-blooded, though, as like the iguanas that fall off of trees down in Florida if it gets below freezing.
I probably would.
Hey, let's get some video of that. Him falling off of a tree in Florida. Yes.
Literally, as I get out of the other day when it was freezing cold and windy, I got out of my car, took a step, and just fell over.
I literally believe that. Terry Smith coming up in less than 5 minutes. In less than 20 minutes, we're going to be getting some insight as to the economic impact the war in Ukraine is having locally.
And now, KZRG's Big Three, buzzing by thanks to Honeybee Tax Solutions on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
The U.S. is now positioning ground-capable forces in the Middle East after Iran rejected a ceasefire proposal yesterday. This buildup includes paratroopers, the 1st Brigade combat team, and a few thousand Marines. Now, this is quite the course change from last month when Trump said that there will be absolutely no boots on the ground.
Number 2.
New Jersey Democratic Governor Sherrill signing a law that limits when law enforcement, including ICE, can use face coverings. The new law also requires officers to present ID before detaining someone.
Number 1.
A former superintendent of Newton County School is under investigation for misuse of funds. It's alleged the former school leader used school funds to buy a wedding dress for her daughter, among other things. The Missouri State Auditor launching a full investigation into the matter.
Now, the KZRG question of the day on News Talk KZRG.
Do you support U.S. boots on the ground in Iran? We want to know. Go to KZRG's Facebook page or leave us an open mic message. Totally free to do so in the KZRG app. Coming up, what's going on with weather? KZRG's meteorologist Terry Smith on News Talk KZRG.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Mother Nature turning up the heat on us before that cold front moves through later tonight. Flirting with record heat today. A sunny, breezy day near 90 this afternoon would easily set a new record. Cold front bringing us some scattered storms late tonight, scattered thunderstorms tomorrow morning, a dry afternoon, and much cooler. 58 the high tomorrow. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
I just don't know what to do. We're so boring. No, you aren't. You just need something new, and I have the perfect thing. Me and my husband had the best time at Anvil Axe Company. We had a little fun competition. I won, by the way. And they have this amazing outdoor fire pit area.
You think the whole family would like it?
Our whole group had so much fun.
For the perfect date night or a great family night out, get to the only axe throwing venue in the area, Anvil Axe Company, just south of Joplin. Book online at anvilaxeco.com. If you get a friend's night out, make it count. Do something different, something memorable. Get to the only place that's forged for fun, Anvil Axe Company. Check out their interactive targets and play games everyone loves, like Battleship and Catchphrase with throwing axes. Or enjoy cornhole, darts, pool, ping pong, plus the snack bar with ice cold beer. Plus, you can join axe throwing leagues for all levels. Try something new at Anvil Axe Company, just south of Joplin, or book online at anvilaxeco.com.
The smartest self-defense decision isn't made in the moment. It's made before danger ever appears. Because when you pull a firearm trigger, you're not just stopping a threat. You may be starting a chain of legal, financial, and emotional consequences that can follow you for years. That's why more responsible Americans are choosing to lead with less lethal force. Byrna less lethal launchers fire tear gas and kinetic rounds designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes, giving you time to escape, create distance, and get help without using deadly force. It's a smarter first response. Your college-age kids can carry it. Your spouse can use it. Even aging parents can handle it confidently. Byrna's best-selling compact launcher is sleek, slim, and incredibly powerful, built for discreet everyday carry. Byrna is proudly hand-assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. More than 750,000 have been sold worldwide, making Byrna a trusted leader in personal safety. And it's legal in all 50 states. No background checks. Ships directly to your door. Protect yourself. Protect your future. Start with less lethal. Visit Byrna.com today and find the right launcher for your family. That's BYRNA.com.
Where did you get that smile? Joplin Family Dental.
Hey, Dr. Poston, I've got a riddle for you.
Sure, what's up, Dr. Kirk?
What's cavity fighting, calming, and covered in maple leaves?
Carthage Family Dental?
That's right. Joplin Family Dental has expanded and opened a brand new location in Carthage.
We're welcoming new patients and making appointments now.
And if you've ever wanted to try sedation dentistry, now's the time.
During March and April, new patients who qualify can receive free sedation your first treatment appointment.
It's just one more way we're making dental care easier, calmer, and more comfortable for the whole family.
And of course, you can still come see us on East 32nd Street in Joplin.
But now we'll be exactly where you need us in Carthage, too, at 2337 Bear Lawn Drive.
Call and schedule an appointment at Carthage Family Dental today.
Or find more information at FamilyDentalofCarthage.com.
Where did you get that smile? Joplin Family Dental.
Get hands-on with your future at WTI. For more than 70 years, we've been helping people learn the kind of practical skills they need to start rewarding new careers. Blending hands-on, in-person learning with convenient online instruction, WTI uses personalized attention and smaller class sizes to help you master the skills employers are looking for so you can start your career with confidence. Now is the time to find your future. Get started at WTI.edu or stop by our Joplin campus today.
News, talk, commentary, and hard truths. All those can be heard when you tune into the Mark Levin Show every weekday from 5 to 8 on News Talk KZRG. Depend on it.
It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk KZRG. Steve Scott along with KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith. And Terry, I've been looking at the KZRG Storm Tracker radar, and this morning I'm not seeing anything.
No, I don't think you're going to see anything today. I think you're going to be seeing that big blue or that big yellow globe in the sky today. But maybe later tonight and early tomorrow, maybe we'll get some rain out of it. The bulk of the wet weather really is going to stay to the north and east of us, but we could get some very light showers. You might hear a rumble of thunder. I am just not overly optimistic, and part of it is because of the timing of this thing that we're going to hear much in the way of thunder and get much in the way of rain.
All right, now, before we get to the rain part, though, I understand that we might be breaking some records. We are going to break some records today. I'm pretty sure that that's going to happen just based on the fact that let's see, we're at 68 right now. So that's 5 degrees above our high temperature today to start off the morning. 86 is our record. That was a long time ago. That was way back in 1910. And we certainly are going to make it into the upper 80s today. And I really think we're going to be close to 90. So I expect record heat today. Wow. Now, tomorrow night's going to be kind of cold. Is it going to be a record cold tomorrow night?
You know, I have not looked into the records at night. Isn't that interesting? I've been checking on the hot temperatures and the rain and just making sure that the severe weather threat is more to the north and east of us, and that's the way it looks. Again, we might hear a rumble of thunder, but I'm not too concerned about severe storms.
All right, so what are we looking like, say, for the next 5 days?
Quite a temperature change, 90 the high today, and then still warm overnight. But then tomorrow we don't warm up much. We have some scattered thunderstorms perhaps briefly in the morning, but will dry out, and the temperatures are really going to hardly warm up at all. 58 the high tomorrow. Looks like Friday night temperatures will be in the mid-30s, so some of those plants may not be extremely happy about that, but at least it's not a freeze tomorrow night. And then we start the warm-up again Saturday into early next week. Saturday, 64. Sunday, upper 70s. By Monday, temperatures likely will be in the 80s again.
All right. So basically, we need to survive this volcano of hot weather today, and then we kind of go back to more temperate temperatures.
Exactly. It's a wild ride.
Well, KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith, thanks for joining us today.
You bet. You bet.
We'll talk to you again tomorrow. That was meteorologist Terry Smith here on KZRG's airwaves. Coming up after the news in less than 10 minutes here, we're going to be speaking with Dr. Dan Cravens. He is a local university professor of economics and entrepreneurship. We are going to be talking to him about why it is our gas prices are going up here because of the war that's happening in Iran. And the reason why it's a little bit of a question is because the United States under Donald Trump's leadership has become much more energy independent than it had been in previous administrations. The vast majority of our oil, crude, and our gasoline come from the United States. And our biggest importers are Canada and Mexico. And in fact, we get a very small percentage of oil from manufacturers that have to transnavigate the Strait of Hormuz. So why, despite all of that, are our gas prices still going up? Dr. Cravens gives us a very interesting insight on that. That's coming up next on News Talk KZRG.
At 7:31, I'm Steve Scott.
I'm Lucas Davis.
Here's what's trending on News Talk KZRG.
Deal or no deal?
TSA hearing.
Social media court loss.
No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. Topping out at 90 today. Could be breaking a record. In fact, probably will. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith following sports. That'll be at 7:38. Sunshine, 64 in Neosho, 68 in Pittsburgh, 68 in Webb City, 68 in Joplin. FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk, KZRG.
Israel's taken 2 senior Iranians off its hit list at the request of a third country.
Pakistan has asked the United States not to target Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi and Parliamentary Speaker Mohammad Bakr Kalibaf, and that's prompted Israel to call off its own attempts to kill the 2 politicians. A source has told Reuters that if Kalibaf and Araghchi were killed, there'd be nobody left to negotiate with. Iran is reviewing a 15-point ceasefire proposal from President Trump that was sent through Pakistan. While the president claims Iran is desperate to make a deal, the Iranians insist they've no intention of holding talks. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
Top officials of agencies within the Department of Homeland Security testifying about the impact of the DHS funding shutdown before Congress.
Acting TSA Administrator Hawen McNeil told the House Homeland Security Committee that some agents are sleeping in their cars and selling plasma to deal with the lack of pay.
Now, multiple major airports are experiencing days where 40 to 50% of their staff are calling out because they simply cannot afford to report to work.
New York Democratic Congressman Dan Goldman challenged her on President Trump's effort to backfill those missing officers.
It's not a complicated question. Would you rather have TSA funded or ICE agents helping your agency at the airport?
Paying the employees for the work that they are doing is also not a complicated question.
She warned some smaller airports may close if this shutdown continues. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
A jury in Los Angeles finding Meta and Google's YouTube liable for negligence in the very first ever social media addiction trial.
Lawyer for the plaintiff, Mark Lanier, says the verdict is the tip of the spear.
There are so many families who've been tragically hurt through the addiction of social media.
Meta and Google's YouTube denied claims they knowingly created addictive features harming young people's mental health. They've been ordered to pay $6 million in damages.
We now know that they were manipulating our children for profits while we were watching and trying to keep our families safe.
Juliana Arnold, one of several parents who spoke outside the courthouse about losing children to social media.
We respectfully disagree with the verdict and will appeal.
Meta spokesperson Ashley Nicole Davis, Google, saying the same. In Los Angeles, Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
68 with sunshine. It is 7:34. News Talk KZRG.
Get ready for an evening of fun. Bright Futures Joplin will host the annual Guns N' Hoses benefit basketball game.
The Joplin Police Department will take on the Joplin Fire Department on Saturday, April 11th at the Joplin High School Gym at 2104 Indiana Avenue. Doors open at 5 p.m. for concessions, games, giveaways, and silent auction. The game starts at 6 p.m. Entry tickets are $5 for adults. All kids get in free. Event proceeds help fund the Corporal Ben Cooper and Officer Jake Reed Memorial Scholarships. More inside the KZRG app. Steve Smith, News Talk KZRG.
Rural Missourians more likely to lack health insurance compared to those in urban areas. That according to a new study.
A study by Washington University in St. Louis finds roughly 10% of rural residents lack insurance compared to 7% of urban residents in Missouri. Professor Timothy McBride says rural employment is a factor.
More agriculture, more retail, more service. They tend to pay lower wages.
He says more rural Missourians work part-time and the employers are small and may not be able to afford to offer health insurance. He says there are several consequences. Patients might delay or skip treatment, leading to poor outcomes later. Sue Danielson, Missouri Net.
If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. Sunshine 68, it's 7:35. News Talk KZRG.
They're taking the stairs at the Vernon County Courthouse in Nevada. That's because the elevator there is out of order. Vernon County Clerk Adrian Lee told News Talk KZRG one of the things that is affected is voting.
I've put in an expedited order for some new programming for an extra tabulator for our voting booth, for our voting, because at the very moment we're having to go back to a silver box to put their ballots in so that everyone's vote is protected. But as of tomorrow, I'm going to have a second DS200 set up in our downstairs lobby.
She says it could take 2 to 3 weeks to get the elevator fixed. The Vernon County Courthouse was completed in 1908, 118 years ago.
Your boss might be getting more control over your company iPhone.
Apple announces this week a brand new platform that could impact your use of company-owned and distributed tech. Apple Business will give companies managed Apple accounts. Such a mechanism allows them better control of devices and apps which are meant for work purposes, while also integrating with favorite productivity software such as Microsoft and Google Workspace. Apple says it will also allow for better employee management, arranging for people to digitally work more efficiently in groups or in other collaborations. Apple Business will be a free service and will debut this coming April. Eben Brown, Fox News.
Now with sports, here's Lucas Davis on News Talk KZRG.
In D2 baseball, Pitt State beat MSSU 12-6. Both teams combined for 7 home runs. PSU's Dagan Brewer and MSSU's Brayton Lucar each finished with 2. Prep baseball, Hollister beat Carl Junction 8-5. Neosho's hosting the Bill O'Dell Varsity Festival with Carthage, Webb City, and Nevada all taking part. Today's the day, Redbird fans. It's opening day. St. Louis is taking on Tampa Bay in the first of 3 at 3:15, and you can hear that game and every Cardinals game on our sister station, AM 1230, The Talker. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape. For professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin, choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. Lucas Davis, News Talk KZRG.
Download the Zimmer Storm Center app today. It's free at your app store. I'm Steve Scott.
I'm Lucas Davis.
Next news, 8 o'clock, breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Mother Nature turning up the heat on us before that cold front moves through later tonight. Flirting with record heat today. A sunny, breezy day near 90 this afternoon would easily set a new record. Cold front bringing us some scattered storms late tonight, scattered thunderstorms tomorrow morning, a dry afternoon, and much cooler. 58 the high tomorrow. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
No rain showing up this morning on the KZRG Storm Tracker radar. It is 64 in Neosho, 68 in Pittsburgh, 68 in Hornet, 68 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time 7:39.
We buy guns, oh yes. We buy guns, oh yes. We are the best, oh yes. We buy guns, oh yes.
This is Liberty Tree Guns, the best place to sell your firearms. Walk in with a gun, walk out with money.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Eileen said, Ted, boots on the ground is also used for the setting up of liberating a freed country once the dust settles, then set up a U.S. embassy before pulling out troops of size. But who knows Trump's mind these days. I suppose in my mind, Eileen, and you are right, technically you would need physical people there to do those things, like set up an embassy. In my mind, the phrase boots in the ground relates to military soldiers conducting military operations in a given place. To me, that's what that term means, and that's sort of what I meant when I asked that question. So, if you want me to be more specific with language, I certainly can. Do you support United States soldiers getting in firefights in Iran on the ground, in person? That's what the question is. Not do you support people setting up an embassy? That's not really what that means, in my mind.
Have to be on the road, and proper maintenance is the best defense against downtime. So make sure you take care of them the Bennett way. Roll into their shop on Thunder Road in Dinaweg or find them online at Bennett'sTruckTrailer.com. Bennett's Truck and Trailer. Maintenance done better the Bennett way.
My daughter has Grandpa wrapped around her finger. She loves to go to Grandpa's house and pretend. She pretends to be a cowgirl, she pretends to be a princess, and my dad pretends that he can hear what she's saying.
Are you nodding and have no idea what you're agreeing to? Are you missing those precious moments with your grandkids? Mid-America Hearing Center can help you hear the best things in life. And they can help you stay tuned in no matter your budget. With a free hearing exam, free cognitive screening, and hearing aid options starting at just $495, you don't have to break the bank to reconnect with the world around you. Plus the risk-free 60-day trial on most models. And many insurance plans include hearing aid coverage. Start listening for the great things in your life with new hearing aids from Mid-America Hearing Center. Just off I-44 at Exit 44 and at MidAmericaHearing.com.
Best for less in a day. Mid-America Hearing Center.
Want to know what's really going on? Then join me, Chris Plant, every weekday from 9 to 11 on News Talk KZRG. Depend on it.
From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
Ted Bojorquez, we're live now with Dr. Dan Cravens. He is a local college professor that has taught economics and entrepreneurship for years at various universities.
I mean, I'm a jack of all trades, so I'm proud to say it.
Dan, a lot of people, myself included, have a very elementary grasp of the economy as a whole. I mean, it wasn't until just last week I learned the S&P 500 was not, in fact, a Formula One race. I thought it was loosely related to the Daytona 500. Apparently not.
Well, it's a race of sorts, and you definitely there's definitely monetary odds going on there. But
so with that, what's going on in the Middle East, Iran, I feel like a lot of people understand that it is impacting our markets domestically, but there's a disconnect as to how that is happening. Could you walk us through?
Well, obviously, most people are aware when they fill up at the pump. Very simply put, gas has taken a sharp spike. And, I forget what it was when I filled up recently. I think it was $2.99 or just a little bit under $3 here locally. And, the thing I try to keep in perspective is it's a lot higher most other places, so it's even worse. How that impacts people, obviously, in their pocketbook. And the reason for that is, Ted, is a large percentage of the supply of oil in the world travels through the Strait of Hormuz, which is what connects the Persian Gulf, which is where Iran is, to the Indian Ocean. And the Strait of Hormuz is a very narrow channel. It's about as narrow as the English Channel. So I think it's about 20 miles. I've not been there yet, although I might, when the fighting gets done, I might stop by there. It might be a warm place to visit in the winter.
Bucket list item to go visit the Strait.
If I visit, I'll call in. I promise. and I'll send back some dates or something, or some Mediterranean cuisine, or I guess Persian Gulf cuisine. Anyway, because a fifth of the oil travels through the Strait of Hormuz, and you have basically a bottleneck that's caused by the military conflict and Iran's actions there. That has caused a lot of panic in the oil markets. Panic is not good. Panic raises prices. And when the oil prices go up for crude oil, then gasoline prices will also increase. Follows.
And really quick, Dan, do the prices go up with a panic because people are anticipating it getting expensive, so they just jack the prices?
Well, I don't want to say that there's any kind of like price gouging or anything like that. We had a little bit of that back 25 years ago with 9/11 when we had the 9/11 attacks, and that time I was back in Indiana, but we had gas go up to $5 or $6 a gallon overnight. That ended up being prosecuted in that state. But no, it is speculative. It is speculative, and people when they trade commodities, some people view the price is going to go up, so they buy. Some people sell because they feel like the price has reached its maximum. So you have a lot of people guessing at a lot of things. And when you have political instability in the world, which we have right now, it creates a wild card where people don't know what's going to happen. And often people, by their nature, assume the worst. And so the Strait of Hormuz, the oil where that comes from, it impacts different parts of the world more directly. Europe is more heavily dependent. Japan, Asia is more heavily dependent on oil exports from that part of the world than we are. However, since we live in a global economy and the oil market is global, it still impacts us. So the oil prices going up will cause gasoline prices to go up, and you'll see that in relatively short order. Now, the good news is there's been some dips lately. And as the situation as the news cycle goes and as information comes out, the situation, there seems to be a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. And that light at the end of the tunnel, where Iran seems to be backing down a little bit, the U.S. seems to have entered negotiations, as reported in the media, with Iran. That's a little bit of light at the tunnel, and we've seen a little bit of a dip in crude prices, which is good. Now, what's also impacted, Ted, by this is the stock market. You mentioned the S&P 500, which you are correct is not an auto race. It sounds like a great name for an auto race, though. I mean, you think of STP, S&P, maybe makes sense. Because oil is so much integrated in the economy and manufacturing and transportation, it can't help but impact stocks. It creates a lot of political instability. Now, one thing where the oil prices being high can really have an impact is with the price of diesel fuel. Mm-hmm. Now, most people don't directly use diesel fuel, but your transportation industry does. Your truckers do. And about 95% of goods here in the United States at some point find their way onto a tractor trailer. And so those high diesel prices, and last time I checked, I don't have a vehicle that uses diesel, but it was over $5 a gallon. That has to get passed on to the consumer at some point. So basic items, and I don't want to scare people any, you could expect to see an increase in basic staples of household living, such as pretty much anything that's shipped by a truck, but groceries, basic things for your basic daily needs. That is a concern as well. And we've seen that before, where fuel prices went up, and then we saw food prices go up as well along with it because of the price of diesel. So that's a concern, and I think a lot of people don't see that because they're used to pulling up to the pump, and they're thinking about the immediate effect on their wallets of having to pay quite a bit more in for gasoline than they did a few weeks ago. So the good news here is, as this situation stabilizes, prices should go down, because once the conflict has come to an end or a resolution, then the situation will stabilize. I liken this situation, Ted, a lot to going to the doctor's office. No one likes to get a shot, especially not my 10-year-old daughter. She hates getting shots. But there's a little bit of pain to get a long-term benefit. And I think that's what we're seeing here, is where we're going to have to invest in a little bit of discomfort with fuel prices, with the economy, but it's temporary. Once the situation resolves, and this has been a situation with Iran that's been going on since the late 70s. I was a kid when the Ayatollah came to power, and Iran has been a thorn in the side of that region for a very, very, very long time and has been doing a great deal to destabilize oil prices for decades. So if we can get past that, long term, it should be beneficial.
Yeah.
But we will see.
Right.
We'll see. It's not a perfect science.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So, Dan, with consumer gas prices,
Yes.
for a second, I want to focus in on a little bit on that. From my understanding, a lot of the U.S.'s consumer gasoline is domestically sourced, and some of our biggest importers are Canada, Mexico, the Netherlands, China's up there in the top 10, none of which are in the Middle East, none of which are in the Strait of Hormuz. Can you walk us through how, despite most of our consumer oil comes from North America, how the Strait shutdown is making our prices more expensive?
Good question. So because you have places in Asia and Europe that are dependent upon gas or fuel or crude oil that comes from the Strait of Hormuz, from Iran and that region, because they don't have access to it, they still have needs to crude oil. So they're going to buy that from the sources that we would use. And then that's when you see the price go up, because as demand increases, price will go up as well. And so that's what we're seeing right now. So even though our sources of oil, and we've in the last few years we've done quite a bit to become more and more energy independent and become a net exporter, it still impacts us because we are part of that global economy, and crude oil is a globally traded commodity.
Oh, wow. And that's interesting. And that's just like you said, supply and demand.
Yep.
Simple as that.
Yep. Simple as that. And I mean, if there's a shortage in one place in the world, people aren't going to stop driving cars in China. They're not going to stop driving cars in Japan or Great Britain. They're still going to need petroleum for, manufacturing needs, for transportation needs. That continues on, and they're going to buy it from somewhere else, and that's going to cut into our supply at some point.
Yeah. Another common question we get, Dan, I don't know if you would know the answer to this, but people note the pattern of when something like a global conflict in Iran happens, the market is very quick to raise the price of consumer gasoline and consumer products, and they're real slow to lower it back down once the dust sort of settles. What, in your opinion, can we attribute that to?
Well, I want to be careful how I say this.
Thin line to walk here, Dan.
Thin line to walk here. So I don't want Chevron pounding on my door here, or Shell, or British Petroleum. It takes a while for things to adjust down, and that is a frustration. There is a lag in the supply chain. So what's pumped out of the ground, and I don't know how long something it takes from pumping out of the ground to being in a barrel of oil to when it gets refined and ends up at a gas station. There is some time. There's a supply chain, and crude oil has to be refined, and there's a process to that. So that's part of it. I think part of it is kind of waiting and seeing what's happening, some instability that just kind of is residual with a situation. You don't know a situation, especially in the Middle East, is resolved until it seems to be resolved for for some time.
Mm.
So we've done quite a bit as a country politically in that region, and often with mixed results. I mean, those of you, I'm sure your listeners will remember Iraq, our involvement there, our involvement in Kuwait, and sometimes the political solutions are not long-lasting. So I think that's part of it as well too. It is a frustration though for consumers because, people live on relatively tight budgets. A lot of folks do. And, they expect something to cost X. And then when suddenly it costs, half again as much, that's very problematic. And so we will see. We will see what happens. One of the things, too, is as fuel prices go down, which was the pattern before all of this was going on, Americans, we tend to buy larger vehicles. Now, I own...
What?
I know. I own 2 V8 powered vehicles. I've got a big, huge people hauler of a Yukon. We'll talk about what gas mileage that gets. It's glad it's not running on diesel. And then I drove here in my very comfortable white Lincoln Town Car. I mean, it's not a little, econo box.
Right.
And so a lot of Americans will tend to drive larger vehicles. And so our needs for gas are a little bit higher than some other countries where there's less ownership of vehicles, personal ownership of vehicles, and the vehicles they own are smaller. Probably one of the reasons I would never live in Europe is because I would not fit into most of the new cars. I'm a rather big guy. If you meet me in person, you can't see me on the radio, and that's probably a good thing for your listeners.
It's a good thing for both of us, because if the listeners saw me, they'd be wholly disappointed.
Not Ted. You don't have nothing to worry about, Ted. You're in good shape. You're in good shape. Me, on the other hand, that's a whole different matter.
Well, Dan, I really appreciate your time and your insight. I know you also had an update about an upcoming event.
I do, and I very active in the local political scene here, so I'm not here in official capacity, but I will say that I'm here representing Missouri Republican Assembly for Jasper County, and we've got a wonderful speaker coming up on April 9th. It's Sheriff Randy Kaiser. He's going to talk about the successful efforts and some of the efforts that they've got and some of the trends they're seeing related to crime here in our area. So that meeting is at 6:30. It's at Union Station Deli here in Joplin, and that is at 6:30 p.m. And people are welcome to attend. You do not have to be a member of the Missouri Republican Assembly, but we'd love you to be a member if you'd want to join. And I happen to be the president of that, so it's near and dear to my heart. So we would love to have folks there and let folks know. And part of our mission with Missouri Republican Assembly is just to give folks access to elected officials and give them an opportunity to ask questions and learn more about how the functioning of government works.
Yeah, which is such an important part of democracy.
Absolutely.
It's the backbone.
Information is very valuable, and it is the backbone. And what you folks do here at the radio station is part of that, so I thank you for that.
Well, we thank you, Dan. It's Dr. Dan Cravens. Dan, thanks for joining us.
You're welcome, sir. Ted, thank you. Appreciate it.
And now, KZRG's Big Three, buzzing by thanks to Honeybee Tax Solutions on News Talk, KZRG.
Number 3.
The U.S. is now positioning ground-capable forces in the Middle East after Iran rejected a ceasefire proposal yesterday. This buildup includes paratroopers, the 1st Brigade Combat Team, and a few thousand Marines. This is quite a course change from last month, when Trump said there will be absolutely no boots on the ground.
Number 2.
New Jersey Democrat Governor Sherrill signing a law that limits when law enforcement, including ICE, can use face coverings. The new law also requires officers to present an ID before detaining someone.
Number 1.
A former superintendent of the Newton County School under investigation now for a misuse of funds. It's alleged the former school leader used school funds to buy a wedding dress for her daughter, among other things. The Missouri State Auditor has launched a full investigation into the matter.
Now, the KZRG question of the day on News Talk, KZRG.
Do you support U.S. boots on the ground in Iran? We want to know. Coming up, your chance to win a complimentary taco, free chips and salsa from Ghetto Tacos.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Mother Nature turning up the heat on us before that cold front moves through later tonight. Flirting with record heat today. A sunny, breezy day near 90 this afternoon would easily set a new record. Cold front bringing us some scattered storms late tonight, scattered thunderstorms tomorrow morning, a dry afternoon, and much cooler. 58 the high tomorrow. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
Need a medical provider today? Act now. Access Family Care in Joplin offers same-day medical appointments. Go right now to accessfamilycare.org and request your same-day visit. Don't wait. Get care today at accessfamilycare.org.
At Access Family Care, you're never alone out there.
I'm Michelle Robertson, and I'm a CDS coordinator with the Independent Living Center. I was a consumer who used the services for 7 months and then was rehired as the CDS coordinator. In 2023, I got sick with a stomach bug. December 1st, I woke up and couldn't walk and was put into the hospital and had treatment for a neurological disorder called Guillain-Barré syndrome. It caused me to be temporarily paralyzed from the waist down. I really didn't know the resources out there and what I needed to do. And so the Independent Living Center was like, okay, this is where we need to start. This is the best route for you. With the consumer-directed services, I was able to hire my mother-in-law for her to come in and be my attendant, and now I can show others. Not only can I relate to my consumers on the struggle and the frustrations on trying to find those resources, but that they can see that it is possible for recovery and to be independent fully again
Learn more at ilcenter.org. The Independent Living Center. Home is where the heart is. We'll help you stay there.
It's the KZRG Morning Challenge.
Your chance to win a complimentary taco, free chips and salsa from the award-winning Ghetto Tacos.
To win, be the first on the phone with the correct answer to the question, 417-782-1310, 417-782-1310.
Today's question, a holdover from yesterday. Who fought in the French and Indian War? It's France and one other nation we're looking for. 417-782-1310. Who fought in the French and Indian War? It was the French, it was the Indians, and it was one other. What was that other? I'll give you a hint. They talk funny. They like crumpets and tea. They have a king.
It was kind of versus two others, but one other wasn't formed yet.
The French and Indian War, who fought in it? France and a group of people that talk funny and eat beans on toast. News Talk KZRG, what is your guess?
Great Britain.
That's exactly right. Good old GB. Hey, stay on the line for us here. We'll be with you in just a second. Good morning.
4 states news, talk, and severe weather station. KZRG, KIXQ HD2, Joplin, a free service of Zimmer Marketing. It's 8 o'clock.
A warning to Iran. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. From President Trump on Truth Social this morning as he keeps insisting their negotiators, he calls very different and strange, are begging to make a deal.
Yet they publicly state that they are only looking at our proposal. Wrong. They better get serious soon before it's too late, because once that happens, there is no turning back, and it won't be pretty.
Fox's Matt Finn reading the Post in Dubai, which has been targeted in more Iranian counterattacks.
The UAE says 2 people actually died in Abu Dhabi. The UAE Ministry of Defense writing earlier today, the UAE's air defenses are currently dealing with missile attacks and incoming drones from Iran.
Iran's also been launching more missiles into Israel, which has taken out another Iranian military leader and Navy commander after Admiral Brad Cooper, the head of the U.S. Central Command, posted on X.
For decades, Iranian warships have roamed regional waters, threatening and harassing global shipping. But those days are over.
Cooper says they've destroyed 92% of the Iranian Navy's largest ships. Another frustrating day trying to catch a flight. No end to the standoff in Congress over Homeland Security funding, more unpaid TSA agents not showing up, and Fox's Brooke Taylor standing by another huge line in Houston.
It basically looks like a giant maze. The line, it starts at the lower level and then it loops outside the terminal because there's just not enough space inside. Still no pre-check, no clear. It's just one giant general boarding line because there's not enough agents to screen people.
And those agents will miss another paycheck tomorrow. In 2 hours, Nicolas Maduro, the Venezuelan leader the U.S. captured in January, returns to court trying to get his drug, weapons, and narco-terror case dismissed.
Because the U.S. government is blocking the Venezuelan government from paying Maduro's legal fees. The U.S. argues that Maduro is not the legitimate president of Venezuela, and there are pre-existing sanctions against him that prevent state funds from being used for his defense.
Fox's Nate Foy outside the federal court in New York City. America's listening to Fox News.
No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. We're heading for a record high of 90. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith following sports. That'll be at 8:08. 64 with sunshine in Neosho, 68 in Pittsburgh, 68 in Columbus, 68 in Joplin, FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk KZRG. It was quite the scare, but there was no threat to students. The Quapaw Nation Marshal Service assured citizens in Quapaw that there was no safety threat to students after a threatening email to a staff member forced the district to put the high school on lockdown yesterday morning. Officials didn't release many details about the threat itself, but again say they have it handled.
The Webb City Senior Center is set to close permanently.
Their last day will be Friday, April 10th. The Area Agency on Aging Region 10 says they simply can't afford to keep it open with higher food prices and recent minimum wage increases. There is some good news, though. They say food deliveries will continue to those in Webb. They'll be prepared, though, out of the Joplin office, and they will still have offices open in Carthage, CJ, Neosho, and Lamar. I'm Cy Albright for News Talk KZRG.
Joplin City Manager Nick Edwards, Police Chief Richard Pearson, and Fire Chief Gerald Ezell appeared together on the KZRG Morning News Watch to make a unified case for Proposition Police and Fire. That's a ballot measure that they say will strengthen public safety without raising taxes. The half-cent public safety sales tax would replace the existing Prop B pension sales tax once that obligation is fully met. Edwards telling News Talk KZRG.
The exciting part for me is that if this is supported, the community is going to see a very visible and noticeable change in service, because we're going to be able to add police officers, we're going to be able to add firefighters, we're going to be able to improve equipment and facilities and response times. It's a big investment into the future of the community.
If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. Sunshine 68, it's 8:04, going on 8:05. News Talk, KZRG.
The Missouri House is prepping to pass its next state budget proposal, one with a price tag of about $50.3 billion. House Budget Committee Chairman Dirk Deaton of Seneca has reduced child care subsidy provider rate enhancements by $52 million.
We have more providers than we've ever had. We have more slots available to subsidy kids than we've ever had. And we have more interest, seemingly, than we've ever had. Even though we've added hundreds of millions of dollars, the resources are now running out.
The House's budget proposal would also drastically shift the way the state's public colleges and universities are funded by providing state funding based upon the number of full-time students enrolled.
Missouri's job market still gaining ground. New numbers show the state is outperforming much of the country.
New federal data shows Missouri led the nation in job growth last year, adding more than 52,000 jobs statewide. The state's unemployment rate of 3.9% remains below the national average, with solid gains in healthcare, hospitality, and construction, according to the Missouri Chamber of Commerce. Matt Pilger, Missouri Net.
Now with sports, here's Lucas Davis on News Talk, KZRG.
In D2 baseball, Pitt State beat MSSU 12-6. Both teams combined for 7 home runs. PSU's Dagan Brewer and MSSU's Brayton Lucar each finished with 2. Prep baseball, Hollister beat Carl Junction 8-5. Neosho's hosting the Belladell Varsity Festival with Carthage, Webb City, and Nevada all taking part. Today's the day, Redbird fans. It's opening day. St. Louis is taking on Tampa Bay in the first of 3 at 3:15, and you can hear that game and every Cardinals game on our sister station, AM 1230, The Talker. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape. For professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin, choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. Lucas Davis, News Talk, KZRG.
It's free at your app store. Download the Zimmer Storm Center app today. I'm Steve Scott.
I'm Lucas Davis.
Next news, 8:30, breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk, KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Big cool down on the way today. Record heat 90 this afternoon. Scattered storms tonight, scattered storms tomorrow morning, 58 tomorrow. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
A service of Derailed Commodity Flooring and Furniture. With flooring for any budget, it's the perfect time to use your tax refund to invest in your home. See the pros at your local Derailed Commodity Flooring and Furniture store today.
Clean sweep this morning on the KZRG Storm Tracker radar. 66 now in Neosho, 68 in Pittsburgh, 69 in Galena, 69 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time, 8:08.
If you're looking to build your barn-dominium, house, or your dream garage, we need to talk. It's very important to us at Settler Structures that you are informed, educated, and avoid mistakes. That's why we take the time to understand you, your wants and needs, and can design the perfect custom space you deserve. We'd love to be your building partner, but even if you have a builder, let's visit just to make sure you're started on the right path.
Good morning, everyone. Short answer is yes, Eileen, for supporting boots on the ground. Yeah, some people do. Some people do. Tim said, cannot allow a nation like Iran to control a global economy. Yeah? Most folks live above their means, hence fuel costs have a definitive impact. The world runs on oil. Yeah, no, of course. And that's sort of what Dr. Cravens was saying, was that, we're looking at things like what it costs to put fuel in our car, but really where the costs are going to come in is consumer goods. That's really where we're going to get hit, and we're not really going to notice it, probably because of the whole proverbial frog in the pot of boiling water dealio. Oh, well, thanks, Teresa. I appreciate it. Eileen said Trump is working on deals that will put part of that control in his hands. Once he completes his American appointment as president, Kushner and Abraham Accords deal is connected too. Can't make this up. Trump's MAGA is now Make Trump Great on the New World Order stage. America is being set up to be controlled by another world administration. Huh. That's interesting, Eileen. So is the idea in your mind that Trump, and I don't mean to misquote you, I'm trying to understand, is the idea that Trump is not America first, he's New World Order first? Is that, and again, I'm not trying to be uncharitable with what you said, I'm just trying to understand it. Because I would love to engage with that thought. America is being set up to be controlled by another world administration. Are you talking about like the Trump's new, the Trump Board of Peace?
Find Your Outdoors Expo at the Joplin Expo Center, March 28th and 29th. If you love hunting, fishing, camping, biking, and off-roading, or if you just love spending time in the great outdoors, this is the event you've been waiting for. Explore the latest gear, discover new outdoor destinations, and meet outfitters, guides, and experts who live for adventure. Check out ATVs and off-road accessories, mountain bikes, camping equipment, outdoor apparel, and so much more, all under one roof. Enjoy vendors and demonstrations and find plenty of inspiration for your next outdoor escape. And if you're a business with products or services for outdoor enthusiasts, vendor booths are available now. Don't miss the Find Your Outdoors Expo, March 28th and 29th at the Joplin Expo Center. For vendor info, call or text Mel at 417-674-1324 or Brad at 417-434-7615. Find your gear, find your adventure, find your outdoors.
You're listening to News Talk KZRG 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310. Live from the Downstream Casino Resort Studio. From Studio 1Z. With the latest news, commentary, and weather. It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
Record-breaking heat is more than likely going to be happening today. We're expecting a high of 90. The old record from 1910 is 86. So with the high, if we reach the 90-degree mark, it'll be broken. Sunny and breezy today, mostly clear. Breezy with a chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms tonight. Breezy, the overnight low tonight 50. Tomorrow breezy, showers and thunderstorms likely scattered with the high of 58. Then tomorrow night, mostly clear, down to 36. Sunny and 64 on Saturday. Sunny and 77 on Sunday, according to KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith.
The Forward 44 Joplin Improvements Project is a project that, if approved, would replace pavement and widen I-44 to 6 lanes between Joplin's Main Street and Range Line, a little I-44 widening project. That's exciting.
Yeah, it is, but why only 2 miles? Why not make it the whole length from the state of Oklahoma all the way to Illinois?
Are you writing the checks?
No.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Bust out the pocketbook. We can make it happen, Steve.
Hey, I'm just a poor news announcer. You're supposed to say, yeah, I know, I heard you the other day.
Womp, womp, womp. Well, how would this happen? Basically, they'd be adding additional lanes to the medium, and the city of Joplin is looking to install a new culvert under I-44 at Spring Creek as well. So this is something that's sort of a multifaceted dealio. Now, this deal is not set in stone quite yet. MoDOT and the city of Joplin want your input on it. They want to democratize this process. They want you to look at the plans, give them a once-over, make sure that they get your stamp of approval, make sure that they're solid. They want public input, and that is happening today. They're hosting, MoDOT in the city is hosting a come-and-go style meeting to field your feedback and answer any questions that you might have. It's happening today at the Joplin Public Library from 4:30 to 6 this evening, / I guess 4:30 is more the afternoon, huh?
Yeah.
Afternoon into the evening. Again, today at the Joplin Public Library. Now, there is no formal presentation. They're not going to bust out the slideshow with all the nice iMovie transitions and stuff. They're just going to be a bunch of dudes hanging out. And if you want to look at the plans, you can go and they'll show you them. If you have questions, you can go and they will answer them. If you have comments, if you took a look at the manifest, at the blueprints, and you said, this doesn't look right. This looks like we're not using this money properly.
Yeah, we need to put in 2 roundabouts and a diamond.
Where are my
in between the roundabouts?
Where are my inverse diamonds and upside down reverse roundabouts? I want those. I want it to be as complicated as possible. You can go and suggest that, and they'll listen to it.
No, they'll probably laugh if I suggest it.
Well, it's only one way to find out, Steve.
Yeah, go.
Exactly. So, if and when this project goes through, again, still an if, it won't start until spring of 2027, and it would, in theory, run until winter of 2028. So we got a little bit of time here. I know that some other big road work we've been announcing in the city of Joplin we've been looking at is that 7th Street road work that kicked off last week. That's going to be, yeah, go ahead. All right. Thank you for that. It's very kind of you.
Oh, you're welcome. You said 7th Street construction, so I hit it.
Thanks. Yeah, so that is happening currently and is going to last, a couple of years, quite literally.
2.5.
Right. So we still have some time for this other I-44 widening to happen if it happens. But what it would mean for you as a driver if it goes through, number one, narrowed lanes and traffic shifts on I-44 between Joplin's Range Line and Joplin's Main Street. That's the first one. The other one is I-44. It will remain 2 lanes for traffic in each direction, except for some short durations of full-blown closures during overnight and nighttime hours. So that might impact you if you work late or you work real early. I-44 ramp closures would pop in every now and then as they're working on this, and just general traffic, just in general slowdowns, general backups, that type of thing. Now, this project, if we end up breaking ground on it, estimated to cost about $25 million. But today is the day you can go and put a kibosh on it or make a suggestion. They want to make this as public as possible.
If you are planning on putting the kibosh on this, don't go.
You could, if you wanted to. I'm just saying.
I'm just asking, don't go.
This seems more like a demand than anything.
I think you say it however you want it, don't go. We need 6 lanes.
I think we already have at least 3 lanes, possibly 6 lanes between Prigmore and the I-2 or the 249 exit. Prigmore exit, which is the first exit as you're coming towards Joplin for the city limits, because they have an exit lane that runs all the way from Prigmore all the way down to the 249 exit.
I thought that was a passing lane.
No, it's an exit lane. But, that's already 3 lanes going at least westbound. I think they've got it going eastbound as well from there, and that's starting at the
they're going to be adding another
I-49 entrance.
Interesting.
I-44 is just a nightmare. Just widen it. Don't show up today and throw a big hissy fit on how much it's going to cost, because they waste so much tax money on such just dumb things. This actually is useful. Let's get this done. Although it will be interesting to have I-44 and 7th Street under construction
at the same time.
Got to be a nightmare.
Yeah, they'll detour to 32nd Street.
I can see it now.
So
bicycle sales skyrocket. As
E-bikes?
everyone's like, yeah. I'm going to just start
I was looking at them the other day.
Yeah.
I'm still wondering if on 7th Street if they're going to be putting in bicycle lanes. Hadn't heard that for sure.
I don't know. I know they're doing the sidewalks first. That was one of the things the guy mentioned, because the federal funding for the ADA sidewalks, so they have to go in first or whatever.
Right, basically would require it. Shifting gears, something a little more national here. Melania Trump yesterday, she's been hosting for the past couple of days here an event called Fostering the Future Summit. It's where representatives from more than 40 nations get together at the White House and they talk shop about technology and how we can spread it around the world and make it useful for everyday citizens in all sorts of different countries.
No, just a big old bureaucracy melting pot.
It's a kumbaya. It's a bureaucracy kumbaya. Let's all just hold hands and spread
just
MacBooks.
a waste of taxpayer money to me.
What, spreading technology?
No, just getting together to pet
just
each other
hosting
on
the
the
event.
back. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in any case, one of
Couldn't
the
it be done over a Zoom meeting?
this could have been an email.
Right.
One of the guests at the summit just yesterday was a robot, a walking humanoid robot.
Yeah, I saw this. This is...
Now, if you haven't seen the video, I will say it was pretty impressive that this robot could walk in such a human way. It wasn't quite there yet. We were talking about this earlier this morning. I likened it to a drunk person trying to act sober. That's how it was walking. It was just a little too stiff still, a little bit too trying to keep its balance still. But it was a darn close normal human sway that this robot had. I was honestly impressed.
Maybe we should
real
see
impressed until I remember the movie I, Robot.
Yeah.
Maybe we could see if a couple of officers could do a DWI roadside check with this robot.
See if this was
it
a
could
drunk.
walk the straight line.
Yeah, exactly.
We're getting to the point where what do you want? Do you want to interact with humans or robots? When you're,
So, and that is where, to me, this story
there's going to be a line drawn at some point. in
had
time,
legs.
I think.
Is what is the end goal with this technology? Are we going to have robot gardeners and robot maids, or are we going to put an army helmet on it, give it an M16, and tell it to
That's definitely
march?
going to happen. Like, there's
Right.
no way that that's not. But like, you taking away teachers now, because I don't know if I'm okay with a robot teaching my son or my daughter stuff. Like, I kind of want a human that I know.
Right. Well, and especially for children, because a big part of, in my opinion, a big part of education and going to school isn't it's math, reading, history, all that good stuff, but it is
Human
emotional.
interaction.
It's a human
Yes,
interaction.
development.
It's learning emotional intelligence. It's learning
Motor
patience,
skill development.
all of that. It's learning how to share not just items,
How to
but
be
share
a person.
thoughts. How to be a human. How to empathize. How to apathize. It is all those soft skills that we are losing in great bounds and leaps. And honestly, I hope. And I think I would argue that I don't think robots are going to be teaching our kids. I think we might have learned that lesson over COVID with Zoom.
She pushed that, didn't she, though?
Who?
Isn't that what Melania was like saying? Like the whole robots replacing teachers things? That's why that robot was next to her?
I hope not.
I thought that's what that was about.
The people had been toying with the idea, and that was mentioned, yes.
Okay.
I hope that that's not where we go, because if we looked at what happened to schools over Zoom and COVID, that was still a human being. It was still a human teacher, but you had a digital robotics barrier separating the two humans, and my God, it was a disaster when it came to reading comprehension, arithmetic comprehension. When it came to happiness, depression for children in schools went up. Anecdotally, my younger brother was in high school at the time, and it was miserable for him. All of him and his friends despised it. And so to take that, such a miserable disaster of an experiment that online learning turned out to be, in my opinion, and to take it one step further and make it a robot, I mean, oh my God, I think that'd be a terrible idea.
I think online learning, honestly, is only useful for actual developed adults. Like that,
right?
Like that are already in
I
life.
totally agree.
And say they're trying to get their doctorate or their master's or something. You're already developed. You know how to handle your life. You're essentially just... You're fully developed, you know what I mean?
Right, you know how to socialize,
yes.
You understand the basics of human
You're basically
interaction.
just trying to get more of an education at this point in time.
And those are great. Those like online courses where you learn at your own pace.
But
you know,
it's
you
not for little kids or even, I would say young college kids. I don't even think they benefit from it.
I don't think
because
so.
there's so much stuff that you can do in college that online courses is just a detriment.
Hashtag human interaction is
Yeah.
underrated these days.
You're still developing, at that age, exactly.
You're not fully developed till you're, what, 26?
Yeah.
Is that what it is? I just got developed.
One of the things that I thought was rather interesting was that the robot was able to say welcome in 11 different languages.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have no doubt that the robot would be able to teach vast things, but that's a slippery slope.
Not for children.
Yeah.
I
That's a
certainly hope
slippery
not.
slope.
Okay, what are your thoughts, though? Leave us an open mic message. KZRG News Time, 822.
And now, KZRG's Big Three, buzzing by thanks to Honeybee Tax Solutions on News Talk, KZRG.
Number 3.
The U.S. now positioning ground-capable forces in the Middle East after Iran rejected a ceasefire proposal yesterday. This buildup includes paratroopers, the 1st Brigade Combat Team, and a few thousand Marines. It's quite a course change from last month when Trump said there will be absolutely no boots on the ground.
Number 2.
New Jersey Democratic Governor Sherrill signing a law that limits when law enforcement, including ICE, can use face coverings. The new law also requires officers to present an ID before detaining someone.
Number 1.
former superintendent of Newton County School is now under investigation for a misuse of funds. It's alleged that the former school leader used school funds to buy a wedding dress for her daughter, among other things. The Missouri State Auditor launching a full investigation into the matter.
Now, the KZRG question of the day on News Talk KZRG.
Do you support U.S. boots on the ground in Iran?
No.
Leave us an open mic message on the KZRG app. We'll play it live on air here, so your opinion can be heard.
Unless it's Teddy's boots, then yes.
Lucas wants to ship me out overseas. There's tomorrow's question. Would you like to see Ted not here?
I want a body cam on Ted. I want to watch that.
It's just going to be, the body cam footage is going to be me in fetal position going,
Just shaking back and forth. You hear sobbing in the background.
Shaking like a chihuahua. It's going to be completely unviewable.
Eyes
footage.
watered.
A total mess. Eyes watered, pants soiled. Just a total embarrassment. What are your thoughts, though? Do you want to see U.S. boots on the ground? Do you support it in Iran? Coming up, what's going on with technology and Kim Commando on News Talk KZRG.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Mother Nature turning up the heat on us before that cold front moves through later tonight. Flirting with record heat today. A sunny, breezy day near 90 this afternoon would easily set a new record. Cold front bringing us some scattered storms late tonight, scattered thunderstorms tomorrow morning, a dry afternoon, and much cooler. 58 the high tomorrow. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
Oh, what a beautiful day. The sun, the breeze.
What was that?
Don't look at it.
But the pile of leaves, they're laughing.
Don't engage, honey. You'll only make it worse.
I'm going to grab a drink from the garage.
Oh, look. It's Mr. I'll fix you someday, broken rake.
You think that's bad? I was a birthday gift 12 years ago. Never once used.
Ha! No Marie Kondo for us. You'll never get rid of us.
Don't wait until your junk starts fighting back. Call Big John's Roll-Off Service today.
Hey, I'm Claire.
And I'm the Big John with Big John's Roll-Off Service. We'll drop off the right size roll-off for your spring cleaning, home projects, and yes, contractors and business job sites too.
Text us at 417-540.
Good morning, everyone. Teresa said, Ted, I literally never heard the word apathize. Yeah, empathize, apathize. Empathy, apathy, empathize, apathize.
It might not be a word, but when Ted says it was confidence, I count it.
90% of vocabulary is confidence. Yep. All right? I know it, you know it, the American people know.
You don't go out looking for a job like that on a weekday? Is this what's today?
Okay, so first one is Peter Ducey with
When you got a clog that can't be beat. When your shower water is above your feet. When you flush that bowl and it makes you frown.
Spring River makes that drain go down.
Hi, this is Nathan Terry. Let Spring River Drain and Sewer take the stress out of clogged pipes and backed up sewer lines. Whether it's toys, grease, roots, or years of buildup, our team has the tools and experience to clear the problem fast. And we do it right the first time. We charge flat rate pricing, not by the hour, so you know the price before we even show up. Call Spring River Drain and Sewer and get started on fixing your sewer or drains today. Schedule an appointment at springriverdrain.com, and remember,
Spring River makes that drain go down.
At Cotty College, you don't get lost in the shuffle. You're known, challenged, empowered. Ranked as one of the top 10 colleges in the Midwest, this private women's college delivers a personalized education built for leadership in the classroom and in life. Choose from 20-plus majors, 13 athletic programs, and a close-knit community that builds lifelong friendships. Every student is guaranteed a paid-for international travel experience. And with generous scholarships, many graduate with less debt. Cotty College isn't for everyone, just women ready to change the world.
The threat of a terrorist attack in America is so severe that in an unexpected move, the FCC banned the import and sale of all routers not made in the United States. Here's why and what this means to you. I'm Kim Commando for LinkedIn. For small businesses, every hire matters. Get $100 off your first job post with LinkedIn Hiring Pro at linkedin.com/Kim. Some very popular routers, familiar names like Netgear, Asus, TP-Link, Euro, are now banned in the United States. Now, this doesn't mean it's illegal to use any router you already own, but what it does mean is that our government determined that these foreign-made routers can be used for sabotage by terrorists, listening posts for spying, or kill switches to disable entire networks. Best Buy, Amazon, and the others are still selling a number of these models, but before you buy a new router, make sure it's American-made. And for the one you already have, a password change is a great idea right now. There's a new kind of camera spreading across America. It's listening and mailing you tickets. Get the scoop in my newsletter at getkim.com. For small businesses, every single hire matters. But finding the right person can take time and energy you just don't have. That's where LinkedIn Hiring Pro comes in. It's like having a smart hiring partner that helps you focus on the candidates who are a great fit, so you can hire with confidence. I know firsthand how time-consuming hiring can be. You're running a business, wearing a dozen hats, and you're sorting through countless applications, trying to spot that right person. Posting a job is easy. It's the finding, connecting, and screening applicants that you don't have time for. LinkedIn Hiring Pro handles it all for you, writing the job description, finding top candidates, even conducting AI-powered first interviews. Forget digging through countless resumes. Hire right the first time. Post your first job and get $100 off your job post at linkedin.com/Kim. That's linkedin.com/Kim. Terms and conditions apply. This is a total game changer. Don't miss out. Post your first job and get $100 off right now at linkedin.com/Kim.
Hi, this is Vince Colonnese. Tonight at 8, right after Mark Levin, will break down the news, connect the dots, and give you the real story on News Talk KZRG.
It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
Sunny and breezy today, a high of 90. That'll be a record-breaking if it hits it. It'll be breezy with the winds out of the southwest gusting as high as 38 miles per hour. Tonight, a chance of showers and thunderstorms scattered. It'll be breezy with the overnight low down to 50, 58 for the high tomorrow with breezy, scattered showers and thunderstorms, then 36 mostly clear tomorrow night. Sunny back up to 64 on Saturday.
Coming up after the news in less than 10 minutes at around 8:40, an interesting legal development when it comes to ICE's operations. Good morning.
At 8:30, I'm Steve Scott.
I'm Lucas Davis.
Here's what's trending on News Talk KZRG.
Iran-U.S. talks.
Weekly jobless claims.
Maduro back in court.
No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. Heading for a high of 90. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith following sports. That will be at 8:38. It is 66 in Neosho with sunshine, 68 in Pittsburgh, 69 in Galena, 69 in Joplin, AM 1310, FM 102.9, 105.9, and on your smart speaker, News Talk, KZRG.
Pakistan confirms it's helping indirect talks between the U.S. and Iran. Jonathan Savage has the latest.
In an effort to end what he calls unnecessary speculation, Pakistan's foreign minister has posted on X to say indirect talks are taking place between Iran and the United States and that his government is relaying messages between the two. Iran's foreign minister has told state TV there that his country hasn't engaged in talks and doesn't plan to negotiate, adding that sending messages through third parties is not a negotiation. President Trump writing on Truth Social that Iran needs to get serious soon before it's too late. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
Job cuts are looking subdued in the middle of March.
There still appears to be little change in the number of layoffs. New claims for unemployment benefits rose by just 5,000 in the week ending March 21st to 210,000. The number matched the forecast from economists. And for the previous week ending March 14th, continuing claims, those remaining on benefits, came in at 1.81 million, which is a decline. This week, the latest numbers from payroll processing company ADP found private employers added an average of 10,000 jobs per week in the 4 weeks ending March 7th. ADP says employment gains recently have been little changed. Ginny Cosola, Fox News.
Former Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his wife are back in federal court in New York City today. Nate Foy reports.
They're expected to discuss evidence in the case and scheduling, and we could get a ruling from the judge about a motion from Maduro's team to throw the case out. They argue that his Sixth Amendment rights are being violated because the U.S. government is blocking the Venezuelan government from paying Maduro's legal fees. Now, the U.S. argues Maduro's not the legitimate president of Venezuela, and there are pre-existing sanctions against him that prevent state funds from being used for his legal defense. The couple's accused of working with foreign terrorist organizations to enrich themselves and traffic thousands of tons of cocaine into the United States.
It is sunny at 69 at 8:33 News Talk, KZRG.
Get ready for an evening of fun. Bright Futures Joplin will host the annual Guns N' Hoses benefit basketball game.
The Joplin Police Department will take on the Joplin Fire Department on Saturday, April 11th at the Joplin High School Gym at 2104 Indiana Avenue. Doors open at 5 p.m. for concessions, games, giveaways, and silent auction. The game starts at 6 p.m. Entry tickets are $5 for adults. All kids get in free. Event proceeds help fund the Corporal Ben Cooper and Officer Jake Reed Memorial Scholarships. More inside the KZRG app. Steve Smith, News Talk KZRG.
Rural Missourians more likely to lack health insurance compared to those that live in urban areas. That according to a new study.
A study by Washington University in St. Louis finds roughly 10% of rural residents lack insurance compared to 7% of urban residents in Missouri. Professor Timothy McBride says rural employment is a factor.
More agriculture, more retail, more service. They tend to pay lower wages.
He says more rural Missourians work part-time and the employers are small and may not be able to afford to offer health insurance. He says there are several consequences. Patients might delay or skip treatment, leading to poor outcomes later. Sue Danielson, Missouri Net.
If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. Sunshine 69. It's now 8:35. News Talk KZRG.
They're taking the stairs at the Vernon County Courthouse in Nevada. That's because the elevator there is out of order. Vernon County Clerk Adrian Lee told News Talk KZRG one of the things affected has been voting.
I've put in an expedited order for some new programming for an extra tabulator for our voting booth, for our voting, because at the very moment we're having to go back to a silver box to put their ballots in so that everyone's vote is protected. But as of tomorrow, I'm going to have a second DS200 set up in our downstairs lobby.
She says it could take 2 to 3 weeks to get the elevator fixed. The Vernon County Courthouse was completed in 1908, 118 years ago.
Good news. Your boss might get more control over your company iPhone.
Apple announces this week a brand new platform that could impact your use of company-owned and distributed tech. Apple Business will give companies managed Apple accounts. Such a mechanism allows them better control of devices and apps which are meant for work purposes, while also integrating with favorite productivity software such as Microsoft and Google Workspace. Apple says it will also allow for better employee management, arranging for people to digitally work more efficiently in groups or in other collaborations. Apple Business will be a free service and will debut this coming April. Eben Brown, Fox News.
Now with sports, here's Lucas Davis on News Talk, KZRG.
In D2 baseball, Pitt State beat MSSU 12-6. Both teams combined for 7 home runs. PSU's Dagan Brewer and MSSU's Brayton Lucar each finished with 2. Prep baseball, Hollister beat Carl Junction 8-5. Neosho's hosting the Belle Dell Varsity Festival with Carthage, Webb City, and Nevada all taking part. Today's the day, Redbird fans. It's opening day. St. Louis is taking on Tampa Bay in the first of 3 at 3:15, and you can hear that game and every Cardinals game on our sister station, AM 1230, The Talker. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape. For professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin, choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. Lucas Davis, News Talk, KZRG.
Download the Zimmer Storm Center app today. It's free at your app store. I'm Steve Scott.
I'm Lucas Davis.
Next news, 9 o'clock, breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk, KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Mother Nature turning up the heat on us before that cold front moves through later tonight. Flirting with record heat today. A sunny, breezy day near 90 this afternoon would easily set a new record. Cold front bringing us some scattered storms late tonight, scattered thunderstorms tomorrow morning, a dry afternoon, and much cooler. 58 the high tomorrow. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
Clean sweep this morning on the KZRG Storm Tracker radar. 66 in Neosho, 68 in Pittsburgh, 69 in Carl Junction, 69 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time, 8:38.
This is your business.
Ew, what's that smell?
This is your business after a visit from Helping Hands Commercial Cleaning Services.
At Helping Hands, they get it. The dust bunny colony multiplying daily under your office desk. That window grime that turns a noxious shade of yellow when the sun hits it just right. The mess that keeps growing. It feels overwhelming. But Helping Hands can help. Cleaning is kind of their thing, and they do it without judgment. They provide reliable cleaning solutions backed by a spotless reputation. So whether your business needs a light dusting and quick refresh or a top-to-bottom deep clean, they can create a cleaning service that best fits your business needs. And they work with businesses of all kinds, from large-scale facilities and medical and manufacturing to professional offices and high-security facilities. Even if the mess feels out of control, Helping Hands can get you back on track fast. No judgment. They're ready to do the dirty work. Find Helping Hands Commercial Cleaning Services on Facebook or at helpinghandsservices.com.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
I wanted a new color printer to add pizzazz to my prints.
Ooh, pizzazz can be pricey.
Well, now at Staples, you get up to 30% off select HP printers.
30% off HP?
Yeah, I saved $120 on an HP Smart Tank 6001 with up to 3 years of ink included.
Why, that could be the last printer you'll ever need.
Could be.
Shop your local Staples today for big savings on HP.
That was easy.
Available in-store, online, or on the app. It's 404 exclusions apply.
Here's the tale of Tina, searching up and down for decent GLP-1s, but got spun around.
Till Good RX wrote in, hey, we got something new. GLP-1 prescriptions, all FDA approved.
Brand name meds, no flags that are red.
Clear pricing from the start. None of those hidden fees in your cart.
Delivered to your door or pick up same day. Darn tootin'.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
I'll put it to goodrx.com/weight loss. GoodRx is not insurance.
Oh, fabulous, Frou-Fou. Give us a twirl. Oh, I love this look. The feathers, the carding, the skirt. It's fantastic grooming. So well done. Brava.
Have you booked your pup's next grooming appointment? Get in today at All Dogs Dream in Neosho. Sure, a freshly groomed dog looks great, but grooming is about more than just looks. Regular visits help maintain a pet's health, comfort, and hygiene. It improves circulation, reduces shedding, and helps prevent painful matting, skin infections, and parasitic infestations. Plus, grooming can catch things early, like lumps, ear infections, or other health concerns, before they become bigger problems. And don't forget your pet's nails. Overgrown nails can cause discomfort, affect your dog's posture, and even lead to joint pain or injury. Call All Dogs Dream to schedule your pet's next grooming appointment today, and be sure to ask about their Wednesday small dog specials. Or book online at alldogsdream.com. All Dogs Dream, just north of Neosho on Gateway Drive.
In 1884, Community Bank and Trust opened its doors with one mission: to serve the families and businesses in the four-state area. 139 years later, and we're still serving our communities with local banking that feels very different. Visiting Community Bank and Trust feels more like visiting your neighbor. We'll always say hi and welcome you in. We'll always ask you how you are because we care about the answer. And whatever you need help with, our people will always find a way to make it happen. Visit your local Community Bank and Trust branch today to see what we mean. Be sure to ask about our absolutely free checking, the account that gives you all the features you need for 0 monthly fees. No matter which account you choose, you'll also get a free gift card just for banking with us. Stop in today and make the switch to your local employee-owned bank. Community Bank and Trust, where trust is so important, it's in our name. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 580491.
Hey, your friend Sean Hannity here. Every weekday starting at 2, I am live on FM 102.9 and AM 1310 News Talk KZRG. Tune in, stay up to date.
From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
Could it be a record-setting day if we get above to the high of 90, which is what we're expecting? The record stands from 1910 of 86. Sunny and breezy today. Winds are going to be out of the southwest, gusting as high as 38 miles per hour. Then tonight, mostly clear. A chance of some scattered showers and thunderstorms down to 50. Tomorrow, breezy once again with a chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms, high of 58. And then mostly clear down to 36 for tomorrow night. 64 with sunshine on Saturday.
Yes, indeed. Speaking of the heat, ice. Ice, baby. I was waiting for that, Steve. A new court case shaking up things when it comes to Trump's migrant crackdown efforts. In a recent case involving illegal migrants, it has been ruled that illegal migrants nabbed by ICE do not have to face bond hearings. Now, this case involved Mexican national Joaquin Herrera Avila, who was captured in Minneapolis back in August and failed to produce legal credentials authorizing his admission to the United States, so they knew he was here illegally. And he was basically detained without bond and was facing removal proceedings.
But then I bet one of those judges just kind of stepped in and said, nope.
Right. Well, so basically he got detained, he was upset, and then a court allowed him to challenge it. The Trump administration then challenged his challenge, so there we go.
Routine challenges of challenges.
And then somebody challenged the challenge to challenge the challenge, which was, and this is true, very challenging.
I was going to say, it must be very challenging.
Indeedly so. But basically, a court out of good old St. Louis, the 6th District Court, ruled that no, that he was detained lawfully and that this is a good deal and that this was how the dealio worked. Now, that St. Louis court judge that ruled, he's actually from Arkansas, which was interesting. He was a George W. Bush appointed judge, Bobby Shepard. He basically said, quote, "We reverse the ruling for proceedings consistent with this opinion," end quote, which basically said, no, we reject the other court, the lower court saying he got to challenge it and that this was unfair.
Right.
This was good. We're good to go. Shepard wrote that one of the reasons why he made this decision is that they were following federal law. And also, they basically were able to prove that this individual was not actually seeking to be here legally from the jump. Not only was he here illegally, but he's been living and working in the United States, and apparently he had not even began filing for naturalization or citizenship or even asylum. He pretty much got here and was just hanging out. And so the judge in St. Louis said, no, dude. Like, it's not like you're somebody that's really trying to do it the right way. That's not the case.
Yeah, so if you're not working to become a legal immigrant,
right.
Kind of makes you wonder about him getting caught trying to fight not being deported.
Right, exactly. I mean, it's a tough case to make in his defense if you're not even trying or pretending like you're trying to follow the rules.
That's true.
Now, U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi, she was very happy with this ruling. She took to social media. She said, quote, "Massive court victory against activist judges and for President Trump's law and order agenda." So she was pretty stoked about this. She then went on to say, quote, "The Eighth Circuit has held that illegal aliens can be detained without bond following a similar ruling from the Fifth Circuit last month. The law is very clear, but Democrats and activist judges haven't wanted to enforce it. So this administration will," end quote. So there we have it. I mean, it really is just a fecal matter flinging competition of I challenge your challenge to my challenge, and then there's another challenge. I mean, it's red tape, legal jargon. It's a mess.
Sounds like a brand new game show. Challenge. Your challenge. It's next.
Sounds like $1 million idea, Steve. So in any case, yeah, I mean, to be honest, a lot of these rulings, a lot of these laws, they're not that complicated. They're pretty basic. And the fact that we have to have several courts figure out what it is insane to me.
I know. But that also means that if it goes to the Supreme Court, it looks like it might go more towards the multiple courts that are ruling in Trump's favor.
Right. Or just in favor of,
more than likely.
the law.
Yeah.
You don't even need to make it political. It's just, hey, what does the rule say? Oh, you can't be here unless you went through X and Y legal process. Okay, then you're breaking the law. Like, you know what I mean? I don't understand why we have to intellectualize the basics.
That's why they call them illegal immigrants.
I know. It's in the name.
Yeah. I mean, well, except for the Democrats don't want to say, they want to say non-documented immigrants.
Yeah. And you're not wrong, by the way. That's a good point. That is why the left is so dastardly with language games.
Yeah.
Because an illegal immigrant is an accurate description of what is happening. It is literally in the name what it is, but they don't want it to be that cut and dry. They want to overcomplicate it so then they can intellectualize it in the court of law with all their lawyers, make a bunch of money doing so. And so they use language like undocumented. And suddenly it's like, well, maybe they're not here illegally. Maybe it's just a lack of proper documentation.
Maybe they can go to a computer and print a document on the printer, and then they have documents.
Why don't we sit and figure out in the court of law for 3 years straight what documents they're missing and how we can get them those documents? Because it's not that they're here illegally. They just don't have the right document. What documents are missing?
And document the documentation.
Oh, we got to find it. You need to pay us a bunch of money and vote us in to figure out which documents they're missing and how we can make it easier for them to get these documents.
And then have Doge to say we're wasting money.
Oh, my goodness. So, I mean, and again, you know, the left, it is annoying, the semantics they play, the little language games they play of, well, what is a woman? What is the definition of the word is? I don't know.
Boy, does that bring back memories.
Oh, boy. Flash from the past.
What the meaning of the word is.
Exactly. Stuff like that, yes, it sounds silly and dumb, and I hate it, and I hate debating it, but it does matter because it does change public narrative in the same way that me and Steve were just making fun of just now. Illegal alien, illegal migrant, pretty cut and dry, pretty clear. Not a lot of confusion there. They want to make it confusing. They want to make it zany and weird, and they do make a lot of money doing it.
So would somebody coming in a spaceship from outer space and landing on the ground and not have documents, would they be called an illegal immigrant?
Well, we would need to, do a rigorous investigation.
They would be an illegal alien.
Right. Well, we would need to figure out what documents they're missing.
Oh, yeah.
Possibly the space-bearing visa document. Who knows?
Ooh, nice passport.
Mm-hmm. KZRG News Time, 8:50.
And now, KZRG's Big Three, buzzing by thanks to Honeybee Tax Solutions on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
The U.S. now positioning ground-capable forces in the Middle East after Iran rejected a ceasefire proposal yesterday. This buildup includes paratroopers, the 1st Brigade Combat Team, and a few thousand Marines. This is quite the course change from last month when Trump said there will be absolutely no boots on the ground.
Number 2.
New Jersey Democratic Governor Sherrill signing a law that limits when law enforcement, including ICE, can use face coverings. The new law also requires officers to present an ID before detaining someone.
Number 1.
A former superintendent of a Newton County school now under investigation for misuse of funds. It is alleged that the former school leader used school funds to buy a wedding dress for her daughter, among other things. The Missouri State Auditor has launched a full investigation into the matter.
Now, the KZRG question of the day on News Talk KZRG.
Do you support United States boots on the ground in Iran? What are your thoughts on it? We want to know. Chris Plant joining us in less than 10 minutes on News Talk KZRG.
Here is your KZRG forecast.
Hey, thanks for hanging out.